Hello and welcome to Old Games in the Basement. My name is Grant.
Hello, I'm Ross.
My name is Chris.
I'm your owner, Sin.
And I'm the new guy, Kelly.
Holy, I've known you since like college. That's like literally 10 years. How are you new?
Well, I'm new to the podcast.
That's true. You are.
He is also the youngest one here, so.
I guess you would be the youngest.
Yes,
wouldn't
you would.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Yeah, you're not even 30 yet. Wow.
Not for 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Just look at those chubby little cheeks. I just want to pinch them.
You
Don't worry.
you pinch my cheeks, and those hands will never pinch anything again. Don't.
I will
Don't.
No touchy.
No touchy.
Not touch, dude.
I will
Not touch.
I will test this later.
Anyway, enough touching for now. How about we touch upon... another one.
Shark!
Die.
We're not even 5 minutes and you
My God,
already...
you should look at the little wave format on the actual audio. It's hilarious. It's just literally just like blue bars of
You
sound
couldn't
right
even
there.
go 5 minutes.
Couldn't even
Oh,
go 2 minutes.
If we ever go a whole 15 minutes and we don't need to go jar, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably kill myself out of shock.
I might just die of an aneurysm.
Anyway,
How would that give you an aneurysm? You'd be like, holy shit, he went so long.
Because of the fact that it blew my mind that he went so long without doing it.
Anyways, okay, so
Anyway.
okay, so before we get to our main topic of today's episode and everything, let's go over our bi-weekly recap. How's everyone's life going? Let's start with you, Chris.
Yeah.
For me, work's still been kicking butt at FedEx. Last time we got together, I actually saw an anime movie for once in the theaters again.
Really?
Oh, which one?
Yeah,
Y'all familiar with Belle by any chance? I got promoted.
I've heard of it.
I've been hearing about that, yeah?
Okay, you familiar with the director of Wolf Children, Summer Wars?
Yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah, that same director.
I might have to watch that.
What did he make? What was it called?
Bell.
Bell. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Originally, when I heard the description and because of the title, I thought, is this like a Beauty and the Beast kind of vibe? It's got some elements to that in the movie, but not exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Now, without spoilers, how would you rate this movie?
Ooh.
Just on a 10-point scale.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Would you?
Alright.
Okay.
Very good.
Would you put that up against Demon Slayer, Mugen Train?
Well, because of how each movie is in their own right, I wouldn't go Demon Slayer level.
All right, there we go. As long as we all know Demon Slayer is still a superior movie.
Can't say I have no
Exactly.
opinion.
I actually haven't seen the movie, but I read the manga. So
Okay.
I've read the entire manga actually, so I know how the whole series ends.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I have not watched Demon Slayer at
Okay,
It's good.
so
the only thing I know about Demon Slayer is the memes. That's it.
Okay, that's
Pick
my
me.
answer. So I highly recommend Demon Slayer because it's a great series overall. But if you decide just start with the train movie,
Don't do that.
no, you could.
I would not recommend it because you'd be like, who are all these characters then?
Besides, that'd be why you'd want to watch the series right afterwards.
Just watch the series, then watch the movie like a normal person.
Or you shut the fuck up and watch the movie because that Sakuga is beautiful.
Oh, don't worry. No, I'm not saying it's not worth watching. I'm saying watch the series first because it chronologically comes before the movie.
No, you're right there. And while I'm all for starting the series first, I've met several people that are like, I love the series more because I watched that movie first.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? I'll take that recommendation. But no, overall though, the Sakuga in Mugen Train is so fucking good. I want to change my pants every 2 minutes.
Well,
That's more than I ever needed
Sin,
to know.
how's your week been?
I'll go last. Ross,
Okay.
you go first.
Well, I actually started watching more of My Hero
Yeah.
on my own
My Hero
because
Academia, yeah.
yes, because I tried to watch it with a couple of my two roommates. Problem was,
One
of them won't shut the fuck up about Endeavor anytime he shows up on screen.
The moment you see Endeavor, even if it's just a pinky of him, flaming trash fire over and over again.
Yes. Oh, and I also saw Encanto.
Ah, such a good movie.
If you haven't seen it yet, go see it.
Just remember, we don't talk about Bruno.
No.
About
Bruno.
No. Okay, I'm done.
John Leguizamo was an awesome voice actor.
I mean, he completely steals the show in the film.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, I gotta give it to the house. Just saying.
No,
I mean,
the house.
Casita is pretty cool for not having any
But then
speaking
again,
lines.
but hey, we still have one better. Tio Felix.
Tio Felix is life goals.
Yes.
All right, Grant. How's your life been?
Life has been good. I'm still doing IT work from home. Beyond just that, my corgi is just doing wonderful, as you guys have seen earlier.
Yeah, the loaf of bread tried eating me.
Yeah,
He tried eating me too.
he tries
I think
to eat everything.
he-
He's
he-
very, very
I
hungry.
think he's secretly a mimic.
I don't think that his owner is feeding him enough.
I feed him plenty.
Really?
Clearly
Because
not.
he
He's
looks
trying to
very
eat me.
thin.
Corgis, just by nature, are gluttonous beasts, and you have a beagle, do you not? You know
I
kind of
do.
how it is.
I do.
He has a beagle. I've been around a beagle. I can tell you stories about this thing that beagle ate.
And
Yeah.
plus, the other thing about corgis is they're naturally gonna nip at you. It's part of their
Yep.
herding
Yep,
instinct.
exactly. They were herding dogs back
Yeah.
in the day, so
Yeah.
hence there was
Beagles
the,
and beagles are duck dogs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, beagles are actually more rabbit dogs.
true.
But
yeah,
they're hunting dogs.
They're
besides
they're
that,
hunting dogs, yes.
Stop talking over me. I'm just kidding. I was saying, besides that, I'm doing another podcast with another group of people. It's called the Super Generic Podcast.
It's too bad it's not as good as this one.
Yeah.
It's a variety show based. This is obviously going to be games related. So
Yeah.
apples and oranges. There will be crossover with the games on there. Just a little plug.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, besides that, I've just been kind of living life very simply and enjoying everything as it is. What about you, Kelly?
So the fun news for me this week was I actually started a new job,
Hooray!
working at a plastics factory for third shift. So,
Okay.
you know,
Welcome to the life.
that was definitely a big change of getting up at 8 o'clock at night and then going to bed at noon.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to that
I
life.
worked third shift back in the day. I don't want to do it again.
It's honestly not bad.
Yeah.
It's
Once you
really-
get used to it, it's not bad.
Yeah, the problem is then you can't live like a quote unquote normal life. I
Wait,
know that's,
Wait.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We're normal.
I was trying to say,
I know, right?
what's normal?
No,
Exactly.
okay,
I'll have to look it up in the dictionary later.
no.
but-
My counter argument to that is it depends on the shifts itself.
Yeah.
Like third shift itself is whatever, but like if you're like I work 4 days a week third shift, that's fine. You can still do a normal life just fine.
That's true if you're
And-
not doing it every other day.
But if you're doing like one day I work third shift, the next day I do second shift,
Yeah.
one day no,
Oof,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, I don't think
You
I do.
have-
No, you
Yeah,
have
it would
no
be
life.
you have no
Impossible.
life
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I wouldn't be able to do swing shift. But no, the consistent third shift is nice. I will say this: one of the really cool things is actually getting to see the sunrise at the end of my shift.
Right.
I pop out and the sun's just starting to creep up. I'm just like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back
It
in my
is.
early 20s,
Yes.
I worked at a Speedway third shift, a gas station.
Yeah.
And, yeah, got some interesting stories, but
Plus also another thing that to go with the counter argument for living a normal life. Now, if you're working every day, like 7 days a week, and
Oh,
you're
like I
third
did at the
shift,
shithole.
then you're
Yeah.
you're right. You have no life then.
Yeah,
but that's
that-
also any job regardless.
that's true. Though.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I didn't want to work at Campbell's, because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's great money." It's like, "Yeah, you're working 70 hours a week, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Yeah.
no break,
No.
no breaks, and if
Oh,
you miss
no.
even one day, they throw you out."
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
I wouldn't
they
do
changed
that.
it. It's now 12 hours a day.
Oh,
that's
fuck
it.
that.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
No.
I
Yeah.
would not advocate for those.
I'm sorry. I don't eat
conditions.
Campbell's enough to support that.
No, honestly, I don't even know how they can afford that, let alone make their workers do that. When I see all their soup at every store all the time, it makes no sense. But I digress, regardless.
Regardless.
Anyways, so here's how my week's been. I started reading some new webtoons. I mean, new to me. They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
The biggest one I've been reading, and I've actually become obsessed with it, is called Viral Hit.
Viral hit.
Viral
I
Hit.
caught a glimpse at it thanks to
I'm
him.
not really well versed in the webtoon scene. Tell me more.
So webtoon, it's like manga but Korean, you know?
I know that much. I
Yeah,
know that much.
yeah. So this one specifically, I love it because it's such a nice concept that you don't see all too often, and it's about this kid. He is a loser by every definition possible. No, like he's a loser in South Korea by every way possible. He has no friends. He is broke. He doesn't have good grades. Like there's nothing about him to actually say like, oh, you got this go. No, he has nothing.
Okay.
And of course, because being that much of a loser, he's also easy to pick on and shit like that. So all the people are bullying him and whatnot. And because of what this webtoon is about, it's mostly about YouTubers and how everyone wants to be a YouTuber.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
prime example, look at us. I'm just saying.
Well, wait a minute. I didn't want to be a YouTuber. I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
mean, yeah, but we also want money,
I'll
so.
put this on YouTube definitely. But
Yeah.
I think honestly I'm doing this because one, there's the passion of doing it, and two, it's a fun little group activity.
Oh, yeah, no.
Exactly,
But,
yeah.
but,
Exactly.
but it's also like deep down, we all know, we all kind of want
If it could be monetized,
yeah.
wonderful.
Oh,
If
Yeah,
not,
it's
you
like
know,
if I can make a little bit of scratch off of this, I'm not
Why
gonna
not?
complain.
right,
Exactly.
like,
No.
Well, honestly, in my opinion,
Oh, I see you pulled it up.
yeah, I was about to say. Hey, I was gonna ask if this was the title right
That's-
since I got my webtoon.
that's
up
the one.
right here.
Go-
It's got one of
to
the greatest
game.
characters ever in it.
Okay, so there's
Guts from Berserk.
Yeah.
no,
No,
okay,
no.
screw that. No, the best character.
Griffith from Berserk.
I
Jar.
I don't think you have to yell that every time, but you know.
Yeah.
Like-
Not that loud,
Only
at
for
least.
an
Sorry.
especially grievous
I
effect.
could not help myself.
Nah, if I'm going, go ahead. But I'm just nah. You don't need to yell
That's
for
definitely
that.
gonna be like quieted during editing for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
we're definitely gonna have to fix that in
Yeah.
the mix.
Yeah. but that's why I was like, we should just go with a can with a few coins in there. But this is
Yeah.
what we got. Anyways, but no. So the best character in this series, actually, I'll get to that in a second. So again, he's being bullied by everyone because he's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
And since everyone wants to be a YouTuber, there's this one kid in his class. He's a piece of fucking shit. I tell you what.
Okay.
His name is Go Park or Park Go, something like that.
Why is Park such a common name for Korea?
It's like their version
It's
of
like their
Smith.
Smith, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
much it.
That's what I
Kim is the
noticed.
same. Don't forget the Kim last name too.
Yeah,
Kim's
Kim.
a common
That's another
one.
common one.
Yeah.
Kim and Park are usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Chen for Chinese
Yeah.
too. And anyway, go
Anyways,
on.
so this guy is also a YouTuber, and he's streaming in class.
Oh,
Like
of course he is.
not while lessons are going on. It's like in between or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But either way, so he's looking like, oh look, I'm such a fun guy. Here, I'm trying to promote this other girl who wants to be a
I bet he likes
YouTuber.
mushrooms.
No.
Think about that.
No.
This is gonna be a
I
jar
got
joke.
it.
Just
You got it?
I got it.
Just-
Jar- if it's gonna be a jar jug, I'm gonna just cut you off right there and just say no.
Here, Kelly,
Don't
you can
do
have,
it.
You can have
Don't,
that.
don't do it. Don't do it.
And that-
He wants.
Well,
Anyway,
no,
so he's a
you.
fun
That
guy.
wasn't a
Keep
jar
going,
one for
keep
the
going.
list he
Or
called.
thinks he's a fun guy.
No, like he's putting the persona of a fun guy.
Yeah.
But the moment he ends the live stream, he's the biggest bully you can deal with.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit in every right. And
Two-faced at its
yeah.
maximum then.
so anyway, so there's him, this one girl, and this one weasel character and stuff. But you actually end up
I
like,
am Weasel from Cow and Chicken.
I swear to God, I swear to all is holy, I will end this podcast and your life all at once. Oh my God, you have no idea how badly.
All right,
Jar.
Just go.
Jar.
I won't interrupt you.
Jar.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
swear.
won't interrupt you any longer.
So you start liking this weasel character
Yeah.
down the road, but for the first like 2 or 3 chapters, you hate him.
Yeah.
By the way, these chapters are super fucking long because
Oh.
everything I'm going to tell you is all in the first chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, or what are we talking, like 50, 60 pages or something?
You don't really know what pages it is, but like when you
Aren't the webtoons like usually like long strips?
Yeah.
I've seen
Yes.
seen like the concept of
oh
it.
yeah no
Yes.
I highly recommend downloading it and reading some because it's just fun.
Oh yeah, it's
Uh,
free to get the app off the Google Play Store.
Yeah, and free to read everything. You only time you gotta pay is when it's like, oh well, if you want to read the next chapter for next week, you
Yeah.
gotta drop 5
Yeah,
coins.
it's like if you want to
But
read
you
if you
could-
want to read a new chapter in advance, like if you can't wait a week,
Yeah.
Which some of them I actually buy coins for because I'm like, damn, I really
The
like
boxer.
this.
You want to know what
the
happened?
boxer.
Oh my god, dude, those last chapters.
And
We'll
I
talk-
know you,
No,
you
hold
got
on a
me the
second.
Let's play. Thank you for that.
Now hold on a second. I don't do the fast pass, so I'm only at light part 3.
Yeah,
So,
me too. That's what I was talking about.
but my God,
Oh my God.
ooh, it's
We'll
without
later-
spoilers.
later.
It is so choice.
Anyway, so really quick. So, where was I? Okay, so it's the Weasel is being the cameraman for the douchebag with the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which for legal copyright reasons, it's not YouTube, it's NewTube.
Of course
Yeah.
it is. Of
Yeah.
course it is. Yeah.
Gotta have those. Gotta have
Those
those.
little like fun little word plays.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
and like McDonald's over there is McDonald's, something like that. I don't know, or
Why not just do it the Australian way? Call it Macca's.
and instead of the Big Mac, it's the Whopper. I'm not making it up. If you
Oh,
actually go,
jeez.
they
That's
actually call it a Whopper on the fucking menu
It
somewhere.
should have been the Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
Fiction. Thank you.
I can get behind that. It's a lot better than Fun Guy and Mushroom.
and I am Weasel. Anyway, go
I
on.
swear to God. Anyways, so Weasel's being the camera guy for the bully and whatnot, and the Weasel's like, man, I want to make money being a YouTuber like you, Go Park or Park Go, whatever the fuck your name is. I'm just gonna call him
I was
Dude
gonna
Parking.
say, because with Asian culture, a lot of times they say the family name first.
Yeah. Either way, I'm just gonna call him Douchebag McGee. Does that sound good, everyone?
That's
Douchebag
fine with
McGee.
me.
I can agree with
Fine
that.
me, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay, so Douchebag McGee is like, oh, well, since we're all underage, you legally can't. So what you gotta do is you gotta get your parents' YouTube channel and then monetize that, and then you just use that from there on, their bank info. That's all you need to do. And so that's essentially what he's doing. He's and like even during the live stream for that first time, he somehow made like $50, $500 or whatever, just saying, "Hey, I'm in a class right now," and it's like, God damn, people actually pay for that. That's fucking dumb.
I
Then
mean,
again, I've
have
seen.
you seen a lot of the crazy crap on Twitch
Well, I
people
was
pay
gonna say
for?
monetization from ads and all that.
No, like it was people donating live,
Like super
Oh,
chats.
wow, okay.
because again, this was like a live stream going on YouTube.
Yeah,
Anyways,
okay.
so Weasel's like, damn, I can't use my parents' accounts because I think he said like one of his parents is dead and the other one is just like actually using it.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, our main character, back to him because he's being bullied and shit for this video. Since your mom's in the hospital with cancer, is she dead yet? Can I use her account? Because we all know he actually says straight up, is your mom dead? Can I use her account?
Wow.
Okay.
Because she's in the hospital with cancer.
Damn, son.
Yeah, no, like
Good old South Korea.
you hate this Weasel at first, but then he grows on you. I swear to God, he actually grows on you.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so you'd figure our main character would be like, fuck no, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, he actually is like, yeah, you can use it.
Oh
Wow.
my god!
What a total
Remember,
fuckhead.
he's a loser. He has been he grew up being beaten down by everyone above him. He is the lowest on the food chain. He's completely submissive. And you're just like, damn, I feel sorry for this kid. I want to stop reading, but I can't stop reading. It's like a fucking train wreck. And so he not only does he give in to the request / demand of the Weasel, but like he even lets the guy use his mom's account on his own computer in his own house.
Ugh.
And Dad's nowhere in the picture. They just say he left when he was younger. That's so you don't know much about Dad. Just call him a piece of shit. That's it.
Sure.
And you're just like, what the fuck, man? So the Weasel's like trying to be like a gamer YouTube gamer and whatnot, and he's like playing like essentially a knockoff of Counter-Strike or something.
Yeah.
Holy shit, these people donating money to me as I'm getting kills. Oh, you're gonna give me a stream challenge of if I make 30 kills straight, you'll give me $500?
Okay.
Damn, I'll go for that. Oh wait, I'm forgetting a scene. This is important as well. So he works at the knockoff McDonald's in South Korea part-time because he has to pay all of the bills in his house, all his mom's like operation, medical fees and whatnot, and all the loan debt they have that have accumulated. And he's just like, damn, I want to kill myself because I am poor, because this sucks, because I suck.
I feel like a lot of like Korean-based media definitely focuses a lot around like finance. Like look at like Parasite, the movie.
I was just about to
Amazing
bring that
movie,
up.
by
Don't
the
forget
way.
Squid Game.
Oh yeah.
It was the same
There's
kind of
a lot
shit.
about like class and stuff and like that, and then like
I'm sorry, Ross. North Korean
Korean Squid Game.
That's we'll put a link somewhere in the description, just saying for you guys.
If you haven't seen Squid Game, what life are you living?
So Squid Game isn't it kind of like Kaiji the anime I've heard?
It's
in a lot of ways.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, this one YouTuber I love, his name is called Mother's Basement. He did a great comparison. I'm
Okay.
like, fuck, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
haven't seen Squid Game yet, but I've heard they're kind of similar.
I'll
in concept,
I'll
so.
shoot you the link for that later. Actually.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch Squid Game one of these days.
Well, no, I meant for the comparison review.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, but no. So he's working at the knockoff McDonald's, and he like the only good thing he has that makes him not so much of a loser, excluding his awful fucking pay, is he's a demon at the fucking burger flip area and stuff at the grill and stuff. So like,
He's really good at his job.
So what you're telling me? He's basically anime SpongeBob.
to a degree, yes. And anyways, so he's working, and none of the kids at school know he's worked there. Thank God, because they bully him even more, harass him, or be like, "Oh, you should give us free food, or we'll kick your ass later." Like, because you know that would happen, and that happens even today here in America.
Yeah.
But like, fucking, the hottest girl in all South Korea works as a cashier there. She's
course,
she's like the same age and in a different school, but same.
Wait a
grade.
second. I think I have a meme about that. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah,
boy.
while you pull that up. So anyway, so she doesn't know him. He knows her, but that's because who doesn't have a crush on her?
Right.
Literally everyone at work flirts with her or tries shit and whatnot. Anyways, so douchebag McGee. Yes.
Hold that up to the camera.
I shall. Whoops.
That's
You had one job.
One job, buddy.
So that's basically what we're dealing with.
yeah. No, it's literally
What
one
is
for
it?
one scale of that.
Let me see.
I mean,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
No,
It
Yeah.
does sound right.
No, seriously, the way this girl is drawn, she has the perfect hourglass figure and everything, and you're just like, God damn. Anyways, so douchebag McGee comes into this McDonald's live streaming, and he decides to put massive creep energy on. Which, by the way, the way the artist for this draws everything, he goes so realistic that when people smile, especially when it's supposed to be like evil smile, you see the creep factor 2,000%.
A lot of
Actually,
the folds on the mouth and all that.
oh my god, no! Pull up any of the chat. Pull up the first chapter. Scroll to the first time douchebag McGee smiles. He'll be the bald motherfucker. You'll see him.
The bald.
The bald motherfucker.
So he's bald?
Because of course they
he
are.
shaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he shaves.
So he's Dr. Evil?
Yeah, might as well, but you
There
know,
really is nothing like a shorn
Doctor Evil at least has respect. Just saying.
Throw me a freaking bone here. I
Yeah.
have a shot.
Anyways. So douchebag McGee
Raw.
is live streaming into the McDonald's and is like, "Oh, so my fans requested this, so I'm gonna do a McDonald's challenge." And people are like, "Oh, you're gonna do a mukbang?" Mukbang, for anyone who doesn't know, is when you just order a shit ton of food and eat it all in one sitting.
And there's a couple very famous ones, which we're not going to name the name.
Nikocado.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't going to name it.
we'll edit that out. We'll edit out in post.
It doesn't need to be
avocado.
on it, but anyway, keep going.
Anyways, so you're like, oh, he's gonna do a mukbang, right? Like everyone's saying, he's gonna do a mukbang, right? No. Hey, so super hot #1 girl in all South Korea who happens to be the cashier here. You make me this burger like on the flyer and make it look exactly like it in 30 seconds or less, or you give me your phone number. And it's just like, wow, what the fuck? What?
Seriously?
There are multiple facets that are wrong with that.
Yes,
That's like 7 levels of
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
yeah. And so either way, like the #1 character, and this comes out here, the #1 character in the entire series, the YouTube comment section.
Of course.
not the WEBTOON comment section that's at the end of every chapter. No.
The actual inside the comment section.
Yes.
Can we talk about this face?
That.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, wow.
That is a serious creep
that
face.
That's not even his creepiest smile either. Yeah.
That's still pretty bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh, that's her. That's
Yeah,
her.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, that's something.
why
I
not
bel-
hold
I-
both those up to the camera?
I,
then?
I, I,
So-
I, I
think
believe
for reasons I'd rather not.
just-
in case.
Well,
For
you
copyright
can,
reasons.
you can show a character just as long as we're not streaming the whole fucking
Okay.
thing.
So here's that creep face. That's what they were
face.
talking about.
There's creepy face. Yes, there
Yep.
it is.
We apologize for any YouTube things just in case, so please don't
Trigger
report
warning.
us.
And this is the person he's doing that to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe my initial assessment
Yep.
was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, so our main character who is there flipping burgers and whatnot, overhearing all of this, he's just like, really? You sick, disgusting motherfucker.
Right.
Like, you don't know if he's going to do it out of respect for women, for a feminist kind of issue, or if it's like the fact you're doing it to the woman I have a crush on. But either way,
or even just to be a decent person in general.
or even just, I mean, yeah, the feminist issue. Either way, it's regardless of whatever the reason is. While everyone is distracted with douchebag McGee and the hot burger lady, without spoiling names and or anything like that, what better name can you get,
Hot
right?
burger lady.
Hot burger lady.
Hot burger lady.
Give me a hot burger.
I'll
lady.
get in
More
those
like the
buns.
Hello Nurse of burgers.
Hello,
Oh,
burger
nurse.
lady.
Anyway.
Anyways. So while everyone's distracted because she hasn't truly accepted the challenge yet, but apparently because of the way the live stream's going, they'll take that as the time matter or whatnot.
Yeah.
He just pops up with a burger he made right then and there, being like, "Here you go. I had an extra patty and whatnot on the house."
Yeah.
He did everything, and it actually does look exactly like a fucking flyer.
Yeah.
And so
literally anime SpongeBob.
kind of like just this one time,
Yeah,
this one
right,
time.
right.
And so the YouTube comment section is like, "Ha, douchebag McGee, you're such a fucking loser. See, they actually did it in 30 seconds. Ha, fuck you, you failed your challenge." And yeah, no.
Game over, yeah.
And it was because of that one moment, Hot Burger Lady's like, "Holy shit, I love this guy."
Yeah.
And like, you know, she's not gonna say it right away because Asians and PDF is not really a thing. PDA, not PDF.
PDF. Why are we talking about Adobe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you see,
This
Adobe
podcast is not sponsored by Adobe, mind you.
It could be.
I mean, it could be, but right now it is not.
Well,
So.
down the line, you never know.
Maybe someday.
Adobe, you got our number.
Adobe, if your people want to call our people,
Just 1-800-EAT. Nah, you know, I'm not gonna.
Don't.
You got that
Dare.
Nah,
Just leave
nah.
it dead right
Yeah,
there.
Just go on
Nah.
with the story.
I'll put it for the jar right there. I apologize,
There you
people.
go.
Unlike some people.
That's me.
Anyways, but no. So, and like douchebag McGee is like, "I think I recognize that loser. Wasn't that the guy from my class?" So the next day, yeah, he bullies the fuck out of him hard.
Right.
And then that's when Weasel's like, "Hey, can I take your mom's YouTube channel? Is she dead yet?"
Okay, so
And-
all this was the middle part before the part you were telling us.
Yes,
Wow.
that
That was a big sidetrack. There.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I had to because it is still relevant
Yeah,
nonetheless.
sure.
Either way, and because our main character knows that you make so much money off YouTube from views and shit like that,
Yeah.
given it's the advertisements, but I digress.
Or
Anyways,
it's part of it, yeah.
yeah. So, what the fuck was it? Anyway, so he gives in. Weasel's at his house trying to play games. He gets a 29 kills out of the 30 kill challenge on this game. And the worst part is, to our loser friend, he's making him ramen. Like,
Really?
you let him have your mom's account. You let him do it in your own house. And he's not even paying you any of the money he makes off this. And you're making him dinner. And so it's like, you know, when you see his life, you're like, it makes sense why he's this submissive. It makes sense why he's this and that. So it makes sense. So he walks over with the ramen and everything. I just noticed the table kept fucking moving that way.
Yeah, we're very excitable. We're moving around a lot.
Yeah, that happens. So he walks over and he trips over the power cord, and it cuts off the stream, and the Weasel gets covered in ramen and kimchi, and so the guy flips the fuck out, and he says the number one thing that finally makes our guy fucking tick.
Yeah.
No wonder your mom got cancer.
Oh no!
yeah,
Yeah.
he
It was
He
at that
crossed the
moment.
line there.
Yep.
he
It was
put
at that moment he realized
He
done
fucked
goofed.
up.
Yeah.
So,
he pushed the berserk button.
Yeah.
So-
Shouldn't have done
I love
that.
Berserk. My
so
favorite.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It is my favorite manga. But
No,
anyway,
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what happens? They get in a fight,
Of course.
and you know, again, they're thinking because he tripped over the power cord. Oh, well, you stopped me from making money. That no one's gonna see this, right? They fight for probably like an hour, 45 minutes, some shit like that.
And let me guess, the whole thing
thing was
was
streaming.
live.
The whole thing was still streaming
Yeah.
and live because he didn't trip over the power cord of the computer, just the monitor.
Yeah.
So he still kept
Oh,
going.
wow.
And
Man, these guys are not very tech savvy, are they?
well, I mean,
In the
no,
heat of the
Yeah, I
heat of
guess
the
in the
moment,
moment,
in the
you're
heat
not
of the
thinking.
moment.
So anyway, our loser main character is beating him with the cooked kimchi. The Weasel's using the pot, and they're fighting each other like the biggest wimps ever.
Yeah.
And because by the way, Weasel is also a loser, but because he's a Weasel, he was able to climb up that social ladder.
yeah.
So they're
He's more crafty.
so they're equally weak. So keep this in mind. So this fight's a complete tie.
Yeah.
Either way, so after Weasel finally is like, "Fuck it, I'm leaving," the loser is just like, "I don't want to clean this. I just want to end my life. I'm tired. I'm just gonna sleep in the middle of my house right now in the dark," and so on and whatnot. And then he's like, "Oh, I should probably save more money by turning off the power." So he then turns off the power strip that's actually turning off the computer.
Yeah.
And because of YouTube's fail-safe policy, the whole video gets uploaded.
Yeah.
And it becomes a viral hit overnight with 11 million views
Oh, wow, okay.
worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when he wakes up, his phone's blowing the fuck up from Weasel, who is actually like yelling at him and then at the end crying, being like, everyone in the world saw us fighting like that. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? YouTube's fail-safe policy. When you turned off the computer, you uploaded that. But wait, I already turned off the computer when I fell over the power cord. You fell over the monitor, you dumb. And now everyone saw me missing you. Oh my god. And
So technically, the main character, quote unquote, wins the fight, but barely.
he wins the fight because when he does the math and goes somewhere, he realizes I just made in U.S. money $8,000+
Wow.
from this
These
video.
people were donating all the time.
No one donated because they didn't have super chat on.
It was the clicks.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
you know,
Clicks.
11 million
That's
views.
a lot of views. Yeah.
But
Yes.
but either way, so he's like, so this is all just the first chapter.
Yeah.
The only spoiler going on is he then decides I'm gonna be a YouTuber.
How many chapters exist currently?
Currently,
90 something.
there is 97,
So they've been doing
92,
it for
something like that.
what? Do they do these like weekly chapters?
Yeah, these are usually weekly
This
chapters.
has been going on for like almost 2 years now.
Yeah, give or
Okay.
take. Either way, like I wish I started sooner, but I'm glad I waited till now because I'm like halfway through.
Now you don't have to you don't have to wait every week. You can kind of binge it for a while.
I've been binging at work this whole fucking week, man.
I'll be honest. That's what I did because I was late to the party for Lore Olympus, so I was just burning through that first
Yeah.
And
season.
for the listeners, what was the name of it again?
Viral hits.
Viral hits.
But no, so what you want to know what his YouTube channel is going to be?
What's that?
His YouTube channel, and I respect this wholeheartedly, is I'm going to call out, fight, and beat bullies.
Okay.
Like literally.
But he's a wimp, right? How's he gonna do that?
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Well,
Oh,
you'll have to read the story to really know, I
after
guess.
hearing all this, now I
Now
want to read
now
this.
I'm kind of interested. It
You
does
just-
sound like
same,
an interesting
same.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, that's been my week. Oh yeah, and I got a new car.
There you go. I'm probably gonna,
Only took an hour to tell that story.
Probably what I'll do, since it's already at 32 minutes now, I'm going to put a timestamp for like intro, viral hit, and then for the rest of the videos.
That's
so
fine.
people-
It's fine.
Cry-
people can skip around. There,
Crime
you
and
know.
Niddly, I thought I was long-winded.
Are you saying you are not entertained, or are you not entertained?
Is this
I
not
mean,
why you're
I mean,
here?
I mean, I was entertained,
Hey,
but holy
good
cow,
Lord.
we just needed to recap our weeks. I wasn't expecting an entire lecture.
To be fair,
To be
To be
fair,
fair,
to be fair, it was Grant's fault for interrupting me several times with awful fucking puns.
Yes, I did cause a couple extra minutes of that, but
I will murder you one day with that fungus.
just for that, I'd say jar.
I'm a snake.
no,
Jar it.
jar.
I think at this point we have covered a lot, especially a lot. There's a free plug for the webtoon, but
Yeah.
how about we move on to our main topic now?
I would agree.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes, finally.
Sonic the
Took-
Hedgehog, specifically. Chris, you have a cartridge of it, I see, right?
Oh, look at
Yeah, this cartridge I've had with me for a very long time.
Well,
Tell.
look at the
It's
camera.
got the good old. It's got that good age marking.
And here's a little fun fact, actually. This is not really my cartridge to begin with.
Oh, yeah? Well, how
Oh
did
yeah,
you
who'd
come
you
in-
steal it from?
You stole it. You killed someone and just took
Ten-
out their
ten-
body.
ten
didn't you?
bucks.
You could say,
Ten-
technically,
no.
I did kind of steal this.
Oh, no.
$10
what did you
$10
do?
$10 says he knocked off a video connection.
Oh my
a couple
god.
video games in my collection have been, actually. But that's for another story.
Good old.
But-
I
the
wanna
good
do
old
this
movie
next time.
gallery.
Oh,
But,
but
I remember those days.
How I got my hands on this one, that's kind of how I even got into Sonic the Hedgehog in the first place. My cousin and Brian had a Sega Genesis Model 1, and this is actually his copy. He had
Okay.
this and Batman,
Batman,
and
yeah.
which
Ooh,
was based
Batman-
off the Michael
Batman-
Keaton movie.
Batman was a good game.
Yeah.
I must have been really
Genesis one.
infatuated at the time because I ended up borrowing his Sega Genesis. Well, Mom asked if we could borrow it, so I got that, this, and Batman. I played mostly Batman most of the time. I'm honestly.
Well, I mean, you know, always be yourself unless you can be Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
But eventually I warm up to Sonic the Hedgehog playing this game a couple of times. Of course, obviously, you die a good amount, but you
Yeah.
keep going, you get better, and
You'll learn.
you eventually beat it.
You learn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Classic game. So it's your cousin's game that he quote-unquote left, basically.
I maybe want to say maybe we just forgot to give this back to him or something. I don't.
So
Sounds about right.
That you stole it more that you just never returned it.
It's like
I know we returned the Batman game. I just don't remember if he just left us with me or I forgot to give it back
years
to him.
ago.
It's
so.
kind of like the story of that guy in Oklahoma who had an overdue
Also,
library
when we
book
did-
for like 20 years.
Yep, I remember hearing about that. Didn't they just
Or I might-
eventually just waive it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice of them, I guess.
And then later on, and I eventually got my Mono 2 Genesis, which got bundled with Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
I thank my dad for actually buying that for me.
The Model
With
2.
the amount of times I've probably been playing at the Target kiosk.
Yeah.
A couple times for that one.
There went my neck just thinking of those.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that part's how I got my Sega Sonic 2.
Yeah, I remember the game that did that to me was the Walmart GameCube kiosk for
Star
Fox Assault, actually.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
actually bought the
play-
game because I liked playing it at Target.
Yeah,
so much.
I played the crap out of that Star Fox Assault demo. It is a miracle I do not have arthritis in my neck already.
Kids these days won't understand the
I did some of
suffering
it
of
at Walmart,
that.
but I remember when Sears had those
Oh
demo
my
units.
oh my God.
Super Nintendo demo units all day.
They used to
every
have
day.
one at Kohl's, actually, right down the street from
Weird.
here.
What the fuck was
that
that?
was me knocking my cabinet. Actually.
Okay.
God damn
Yeah.
it, man.
Before we get too off track, like with that one. And as you were, Grant?
Yeah, I was just saying that Sonic the Hedgehog, a great classic game.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up with that. I actually never owned a Genesis growing up.
I did not either. I was a SNES kid.
I definitely grew up a lot with a Nintendo more than anything, but I had a Game Gear and my friend had a Sega Genesis.
My dad actually still has, as far as I'm on, my dad still has a Game Gear.
Does he?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, but
With
I
good
would,
old with columns on it.
yeah, we would go over to my friend Matt's house and we played a lot of games like Gunstar Heroes.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Chris still needs to play Gunstar Heroes. We're making him play that one of these days.
That'll be fun.
That's a great
I
game.
mean, I went to a friend of mine when I lived in the trailer park. He had Genesis. Of course, he had Sonic.
Yep.
Good old Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat.
You know, back in the days when you actually had to work to do the fatalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do have a question for everyone.
Yes.
And since I told my story of how I got into Sonic the Hedgehog, how did you all get into the series? That's a good question to ask.
Yeah, maybe we'll just go around the table.
Yeah, like
And
I
tell a quick
implied,
5-second story, not an hour-long story.
Like I implied, yeah.
You say okay. So you said when I finished, you said we're at the 31-minute mark.
Well, we're at 37.
Okay, so when I finished telling that story, we were at 31 minutes. That wasn't me the whole 31. The first 10 of that was us all updating in general.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
15.
yes,
so I
but-
only spent 15 to 20 on that. So go
Still,
fuck
though.
yourself.
Anyway, moving on. I just played it at neighbors' houses and my friends' houses
Yep.
growing up. I didn't own it until obviously years later.
I've never actually owned
And
it.
I liked the cartoon series a lot when I was a kid.
Well, which
too.
one is the question?
God, I don't even remember. 90
Did you want
something.
no, I'm just saying, no, which one?
Not
Sonic AM
Underground.
or that other show?
It was just the original one with Sonic Says at the end.
Oh,
The
that one.
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, that
Oh,
one.
no.
Oh, that. You mean Sonic on Quack?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Sonic on LSD?
Yep.
So, when someone wants to touch you, that's a no-no.
That's
Oh,
no
God,
good.
Oh, God, don't.
That's because you're
Don't.
away in a place that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Don't.
Yeah.
The fact that you memorized that.
I just remember seeing that video not that long ago. So.
Of course you did.
I just like when he says, that's no good.
No, okay, so I got into Sonic thanks to the almighty voice actor Jaleel White.
Yeah.
Thank you, Urkel. No, seriously, whenever I think Sonic, that's the first voice I always think of every fucking time.
Yeah.
I got,
Yes.
I can't remember which was first. Either me watching the awesome Sonic cartoon back in the 90s,
They actually have a story.
or if it was me playing on my computer Sonic and Knuckles 3. Because my
I
dad
did
owned...
have the CD of that too, the
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles collection.
I don't remember. You see, my dad had a computer company growing up, so it's like it was just on the computer.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was from a CD or if it was illegal.
I remember
just there.
I had bought like Sonic and Knuckles collection, and it had Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic
Yeah.
3, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Like there,
So-
we had a lot of games on our computer back then. That would probably make sense for a lot of shit I've done over the years.
I mean, if you want to talk about cool games on a computer that wasn't there, Windows Pinball.
Of course,
Dude.
Space Cadet specifically.
Yes, Space
Yep.
Cadet.
Yes.
Dude, my friend, my sister, my older sister, and my dad, we'd have competitions with each other who always could have the high score.
So, talking about how we all got into Sonic, I kind of actually have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I've got another confession to make. I'm just putting another dollar in the jar.
Good man.
Is this a good confession or a bad confession?
So,
There's usually not good confessions very often. But go
so
on.
I actually never played any of the original Sonic games.
That's
Ever?
fine.
What?
That's fine.
Ever.
Really?
Ever.
I didn't even watch the original animated series. You know how I actually got introduced to Sonic? Y'all gonna laugh.
Wait,
Us?
if I may,
we better.
I just gotta say 3 words.
if I may.
No, I got this.
Okay.
3 words.
Okay.
Gotta go fast.
Sonic X.
Yeah, that's fine. Here I thought
That was my official introduction to the franchise. Now, obviously, I knew about Sonic the Hedgehog, but I was never like. I was just like, oh yeah, that's the one with the little blue guy that runs around really fast.
Yeah.
I was never really super invested in it.
Uh-huh.
And then Sonic X happened on the Fox box Saturday mornings, and I was just like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta say, I'm glad you said that because I really thought you were gonna be like Rule 34.
Oh, no.
Hey, I may be a degenerate, but even I have standards.
No, I just wanted to make sure because I have several friends that didn't get into Sonic until they saw all the porn. They were like, shit, now I want to play these games now.
Damn.
Oh, God.
I feel that's a horrible way to get into Sonic.
No, it's really not, surprisingly, because it made them invest in the comics too. And I'm like, oh yeah, there are comics, aren't there?
Well,
Yeah, sometimes
we'll probably,
I do
we probably
forget-
want to put the 18+ rating on this for sure.
No.
Did I say something about Sonic Gang? Bleep.
That's true. And then there was bleep, and then bleep.
Or
and
the time Rouge the Bat was like bleep, bleep,
on a
bleep,
bleep sandwich.
No, and then then we have and then Sonic. Sonic Chew.
We are not talking about Christian on this podcast.
The less said about that, the better. If you want a Sonic 2 retrospective, here's another shameless plug. Go check out Dumbsville. Dumbsville on YouTube. He has a whole retrospective.
If you really want to know,
Also, Gino Samuel has a fantastic series called Chris Chan, the Comprehensive Series.
Ugh.
It is I think at 60 parts now. It is absolutely insane.
I know you
But
want
we're moving on to Ross.
Yep.
Ross, how did you get into Sonic?
Again, just playing with friends. I was like, we're playing Genesis at a friend's house. I was like, ooh, this one looks fun. Yay, Sonic. Getting the rings, yelling that I'm losing all the damn rings.
Yeah.
Which Sonic was it, Max? This one or a different one?
I think I can remember 1 and 2.
Okay.
All right.
First couple
1 and
ones.
2 I always feel are the best ones to get into.
So what got you into Sonic, Chris?
That was pretty much the story I said how I got this cartridge. That's how I got into the
okay.
series.
Yeah.
All right, that makes
You
sense.
know,
Makes sense.
Sonic is also good, but it can also give you really bad anxiety.
Oh, depending upon what you do in that series can. Like
No, I was specifically referring to the drowning music.
Labyrinth Zone, so many memories with
Labyrinth
that one.
Zone. I think Chemical Plant had it too.
Yes.
Yep, definitely.
Which
Yeah.
we will get into more of the stages as we
Hydro
progress.
City, I think, is in the third one.
That's right. Come to think of it, yeah. Each of the original Sonic games had a water level. Labyrinth Zone for Sonic 1.
Yep.
Chemical Plant for Sonic 2. And
Yep.
kind of the third stage, Aquatic Ruin in Sonic 2. Then there were, as you said, Hydro City in
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles.
I remember
And
Hydro
it's-
City.
Which one had
Knuckles
marbles
actually
on?
have any water levels? I can't recall.
Hydro City?
Well,
Well,
technically,
no, that was Sonic 3 specifically.
Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, they're technically two halves of Sonic the
one
Hedgehog
game.
3.
Yeah.
They made them into two halves because of time constraint. They wanted
Yeah.
Sonic 3 as a holiday title, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
But I do think that there wasn't any in the Sonic and Knuckles portion of water levels, was there?
Unfortunately, no.
Or fortunately, you mean?
Not that I can recall.
Okay.
Anyways, but no, besides the point though, since we're going to talk about, we're recapping our pre-episode, that's the best way I put it, is we played all of Sonic 1, and we got done within, a half hour, 45 minutes?
I would say it was less than 45 minutes. We did get the 6 Chaos Emeralds with the quote-unquote good ending.
Yeah.
And only one death, too, as I remember.
We didn't get very many deaths. Because, Chris, you've played the game many times over the years, you told me.
Unbelievable. Probably more times than I can even count in my life.
Yeah, and
I've got a good amount of years experience on my ass.
Pretty much, you played about 80%. I played maybe 20% when we passed over the controllers. And
Yeah. I
died,
made sure to
once
do
or
the Chaos
twice.
Emerald sections for you.
Yeah. So we played a good balance between the two of us. You probably played a little more than me, but definitely enjoyed it. I hadn't played it in years, so it was good to go back to the game and test it out again.
Exactly. That was a good experience.
Yeah. And we also played Castlevania later on
Oh,
that day too.
good.
so-
Yeah.
Oh man, that was.
Before we
Good
move
time.
on to Castlevania, I do need to mention that we all know Sonic 1 came on the Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
But aside from myself, has anyone else in this room actually played the Android or iOS version of Sonic?
I have
Hedgehog?
not.
Nope.
I played the Steam
I don't
version,
play
that's
much
about
mobile
it.
games, so
Okay. Everyone in this room should be familiar with the name Christian Whitehead, right?
Yes, of
I
course.
have
Sonic Mania.
Never heard of him, not once ever.
yeah.
All right. Well, long before he actually worked on Sonic Mania, he worked on the Android and mobile ports for Sonic 1, 2, and Sonic Chaos.
Okay. Wait, he did
I
a
mean,
Sonic...
no, Sonic CD. My bad, my
He
bad.
did a Sonic Chaos?
Oh, the one
That
where
would've
Sonic
been
can
really
actually kill
interesting.
himself if you stand
Yeah,
around
my
too
bad.
long.
Yeah, he jumps out and says, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So
Peace.
I had heard
Pretty
from some
much.
reviewers that Sonic 1 on the Android was the more definitive version, so I checked it out for myself. And I gotta admit, it is. As from what I've experienced, the game runs in widescreen format, so you can see more of the screen
Oh, wow,
than what you
okay.
can see in the
That's cool.
Genesis.
Cool.
A solid 60 frames per second,
Yep.
which is better frame rate than this,
That was
obviously.
alright,
20
yeah,
or
alright.
something
Yep,
maybe
yep.
in the original.
Yeah. Plus, it's more evident when you're in the Chaos Emerald stages how the background moves more quickly and your
Yeah.
jump is more fluent.
Mhm.
And Android also allows you to play surprisingly as Tails and Knuckles in the
Oh,
game,
really? That's kind of cool.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
which you have to unlock. Tails you
Yeah.
unlocked when you beat Sonic 1 normally. Doesn't matter if you get the Chaos Emeralds or not.
Fair
Knuckles, of course, you have to unlock him, get all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, because he's
Make-
always the one who
makes
wanted
it-
him.
Makes
I do know in the
sense.
Sonic CD port for Steam, you can unlock Tails in that as well.
That is correct.
Yep.
That's the one thing Christian also did as well that made the game worthwhile.
Yeah, Sonic CD was already one of the more interesting ones anyway. 'cause
Oh,
of
yeah.
the time travel gimmick.
Time travel, but it also can get very confusing.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
as a quick sidebar, the Chaos Emeralds. Can someone explain to me why they're other colors besides green? Emeralds are exclusively green.
Yes,
it's-
they are.
They should be
Most
honestly
of
probably
them,
called
yes.
like the Chaos Jewels, but whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
you
some
would-
of them
it-
call the Chaos Gems.
If they were just called the
Yeah.
Chaos Gems, that would make sense. But Chaos Emerald is like, okay, cool. The first one is green,
Yeah.
and then you've got blue, yellow, purple. Like
Red.
that's not an emerald.
It's not, but hey,
You-
they
you-
do what they
The
do
Master
do.
Emerald is green.
Yeah.
Okay, true, but still, it's like the seven smaller ones. It's like, okay, one of them's green. Okay, that tracks. Then the second one, it's blue. I'm like,
That's Sapphire.
that's not an emerald.
That's a Sapphire.
Side note: the first game is the only one that has 6 of them. The rest of them have 7, like a Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
reference.
I will get into more details about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, I think the reason why they're different is because of the actual name Chaos. Because while yes, emeralds, you are right. Emeralds are green. Chaos, plain and simple. Just
Chaos.
say
Yeah.
I still think it would have made more sense
Changes.
just to call them the
Gems.
Chaos Gems.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. But then you'd have a lot of Steven Universe fans being like, "Aha, Chaos Crystal Gems."
And those people can shut the hell up.
I mean, like, I wouldn't mind making.
This,
I
some-
mean,
this also predates it by 20
I was ready to say
years,
Sonic.
so-
Sonic came first, so they don't got a leg to stand on.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it'd be great fan art. Just saying.
No.
How do you know it wouldn't be great fan art? Steven Universe is actually a good show. It's just a fan base that's a bunch of shit.
Exactly my point.
Okay. Well,
There's not a fan base out there that isn't a bunch of shit. So your point is
I
nothing.
mean, you're right. I'll agree with you on
there are
that
fan
part.
bases that are worse than others, for sure.
Yeah, there are certain fan bases that hold higher levels of infamy.
Yeah,
Oh, like
exactly.
Homestuck,
Homestuck would be a good one.
Bronies,
Bronies.
the rabbit ones at least.
No, honestly,
Undertale
bronies
to a
aren't that
lesser degree,
bad.
even though the game's
Eh,
I like to remind you that he's a brony.
like I said, which is why I specifically said the rabbit bronies.
I fucking knew you were a brony, you fucking piece of shit.
great. Really? Oh.
Let me
I'm
guess-
just
let me-
very quiet about
let me
it.
guess, you're a Twilight Sparkle motherfucker, aren't you?
Wrong.
Derby horse?
Wrong.
Damn, okay, I thought I had respect for you, but no.
Pinkie
Rainbow
Pie.
Dash?
Totally Pinkie Pie.
Strike 3.
Really?
Rainbow Dash then.
You're not even close.
What was
It's
the-
not
what
any
was
of the
other one?
mains, is it?
Spike.
It's Applejack, isn't it?
That one.
I fucking knew
Well,
it.
and-
Horse pongo. Brrr.
I had a friend who showed me the My Little Pony show, and I gotta say, of the ones that we saw, I liked Pinkie Pie because she was clearly on some kind of drug.
She's on all the drugs.
So it was kind
That's
of
like a combination of speed, coke, and meth.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with her, but she was the most entertaining of the characters.
Okay,
No,
so
I will definitely. I always have to say the rabbit bronies because those are the ones that stick the My Little Pony jars in a jar full of cum and burn on the stove.
Oh, I've read about that.
Yeah.
That was a thing that happened.
yeah, no.
We don't.
I think Wayne.
I disavow any association with those individuals. I do not condone their activity.
But no, really quick, back to the fucking bronies and the fucking cum jars full of fucking dolls and whatnot. I've met Gundam fans who do the same thing. Just saying.
Well, anybody who would.
I mean, that's as someone who invests heavily in the hobby, that's a waste of a perfectly good Gunpla.
No, dude, you want
That's $30 to $50 down the drain right there.
Oh my god, I'm about to make your heart sink, aren't I?
Oh god.
Oh, go on.
Oh boy.
No, don't tell me someone did that to a perfect grade.
A perfect grade RX 78.
Oh.
Like they actually like shoved up a little fucking pocket pussy inside of it and just was like, "Fuck!" Like seriously, I was like, "Thank God this post got taken down before I actually saw anything else."
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah. No, man, and it wasn't like like one of the first ones back in the day. It was like fairly priced. No,
it was the new one, wasn't
like
it?
the newest fucking one. This was like 5 years ago or whatever, but like the newest one then.
Oh, that's
just,
like $150 kit.
Yeah.
Some people have way too much money and
Free
degeneracy.
time.
Yeah.
Fucking degens.
I just don't understand why anyone would do that.
Let's talk about child diddlers, shall we?
No,
we will not talk about that.
I'm just put a pin in.
You get the jar.
No. You fuck off right now. No,
never.
Honestly, I think we cut this part out and put it as like a Patreon exclusive. This is getting a little too raunchy.
What I mean when I say that is, if you have to ask the question, I don't understand how people can do that. Diddlers. We don't understand that either, but that's fucking worse. I would rather deal with the fucker fucking a robot over a diddler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I would
fine. I'll give you that.
And I will be able to understand why a motherfucker will fuck a robot or a pony over a diddler any fucking day.
Wait, why would somebody fuck a child fucker?
Wait.
That's what you just said.
No, I said I will be able to understand. I'll understand someone who's fucking a robot or a pony over a diddler.
Oh, I think it meant like they'd rather fuck the pony or the robot instead of fucking the child. Diddler.
Oh yeah,
no.
like,
I'd still
it still tracks.
Yeah, like that's what I was trying to say. I apologize for the miscommunication,
No,
but that's what I was saying. If you have to ask the question though of why would anyone do that, that exists. So your question is invalid because it goes further.
It's more of a rhetorical question, anyways. Where it's my natural reaction when I see something that absurd.
Yeah.
Oh, and also for everyone watching, the number one rule in this place is if you see a diddler, take a AK-47 or a 45, whichever war.
Any kind of firearm.
And you know what to do. And you know what to do. All in agreement?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes.
I don't condone murder, but I don't condone child abuse either.
Or there's always a good time. It's always a good time for a crusade.
You got a point. You got a point.
What is it like? They shout out. Whatever. The Crusaders would go like something, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yes, yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, to clarify and stuff, we can edit out the whole part.
I was going to say, honestly, probably what we'll do is all this side stuff will be the Patreon full uncut version.
The Patreon.
Patreon
extended
version.
cut, yeah. But,
I love that.
I'll probably have a much shorter version of this later on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, that's
we're definitely going to need a shorter version.
That's fair.
Like, we'll
I am
It's
looking
like
forward
Gundam Pocket Pussy. I'm sorry, I don't want my mom hearing that. Like,
Your mom? I don't want my mom hearing that. Are you kidding me? My mom actually thinks you guys are an outstanding group of individuals.
Outstanding group of individuals?
maybe?
Us? Are you kidding me?
I mean,
I don't know about that.
I really do not need to explain to my mom that I hang out with a bunch of degenerates in the basement.
But the show is called Old Games in the Basement. I guess it's like
with Uncle Frank.
Who's not introduced. He'll be on one of our later episodes.
he'll show up eventually.
No.
Guys,
See, the only
guys.
way we get Uncle Frank is if we get Sam on this show.
Oh God!
Oh, no!
Sam needs to be Uncle Frank. You're right.
I can see it.
I completely agree with that.
I can see it.
We'll
We'll have to find a sixth mic.
But
Something I've also kind of thought of. What if we brought a grandma back, but it's gamer format?
I mean, Grandma never left, so
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, I know.
Sam could just play multiple characters at this point.
He really could.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, like
Moving on.
we'll still keep our bi-weekly recap, but everything
Yeah.
else you can just get rid of that. Anyways, now I'm ready. We're at the timestamp of.
No, don't read the timestamp.
Don't
No.
bother.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at that timestamp. So that's all we need to remember for what it cut off.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's continue, boys. So
Change-
Sonic, where were we?
Sonic Spinball.
Spinball was interesting, I thought.
Spinball is a mess.
It's
But it was still something.
it was fun.
I mean,
The
it was
music-
definitely something, all right. I'm not sure what.
The music
actually-
was very grating.
Some of the music is actually good. I love that first stage music and second stage music.
It's very. It sounds very metallic, for better or worse.
You know, I
If you
need
want to talk about meth, I would say Sonic R.
Gotta go
Supersonic
supersonic racing. Try to get your feet right off the ground.
Can
Anyway,
someone explain to me why Sonic even needs a go-kart if he's the fastest thing
Oh, he
alive?
doesn't-
That wasn't-
See,
that wasn't
no,
Sonic
Sonic
R.
R was not
Have a
go-karts. Sonic R, they were straight up running.
It was
Except-
except
excluding
for
Amy.
Amy and I think Robotnik
Yeah.
had machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the only two that needed machines. Everyone else was straight up running.
Yeah.
No, it was like a much later game where Sonic was actually in a car. It was
Sonic All-Stars Racing.
Right.
Yes.
It was Sonic
Yeah.
All Stars Racing, and there was a Sega one that was like all the Sega characters racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
There-
the full title was Sonic and the Sega All Stars Racing.
Yeah, that's it.
There
never
was
played that one.
another Sonic game, which I don't know if everyone's from the other. Riders. Sonic Riders.
No.
No, that's Sonic Free Rider, and that was for the Kinect, and it was awful.
Free Riders is only on the Xbox. Sonic
So-
Riders was first on the GameCube.
That
and
was-
then
that
they
was
got-
the- that was one with the airboards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Then
the
we also
way-
had a sequel, which I forgot what that one was called.
You know,
Sonic
now
Riders
that-
something.
You know, now that I really think about it, I think the only Sonic game I ever actually played all the way through was actually Sonic Adventure 2 Director's Cut on the GameCube. And if I remember correct,
Battle, you mean?
Sonic Director's DX
Or do you
Director's
mean
Cut.
Sonic
Yeah.
Adventure
yeah,
DX?
DX, yeah. And if I remember correctly, I don't even think I actually finished it. I think I got stuck on the Big the Cat level,
Oh.
which
Which one?
Froggy.
John St. John?
Actually, since you're mentioning that, I can do a pretty good impression of John St. John's version.
yeah,
Hold on, Froggy. I'm coming.
yeah.
Froggy, you're looking kind of weird, good buddy. What's up with the tail? Hey, wait a minute. You swallowed my lucky charm.
You
God
should send
damn.
that to John St. John.
I've done that in front of John St. John. He thought it was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that's
Speaking of
the
awesome,
perks
but-
of being friends with him. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you guys are friends. I'm still on the waiting list.
One day, my friend.
Don't
one
worry,
day.
he deletes people a lot.
mostly fucking
Political based.
political based
That is
jackasses.
completely understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually the only Sonic game that I actually remember playing almost all the way through. It's like I beat all the Sonic stages, I beat all the Knuckles stages, I even beat all the Tails and Amy stages, I even beat all the Gamma stages. But freaking Big the Cat,
Because
that stupid fishing mini game,
that was like
Aaron Hansen's rage is completely justified.
I beat it when I was like 11. I don't think it was that bad.
For me,
Or
it
12
was
or whatever.
justified
Froggy, just bite.
until I figured it out.
Froggy, just bite the hook. Froggy, just
I was
do
like
it, man.
12 or 13
so. How the
It
heck
wasn't
did you
that
make
hard.
Froggy bite the hook every time without fucking it up?
I think I remember the moment Froggy did something. I just pushed down on the control stick or something, and I think he got it.
So
So you got
luck.
lucky. So
Well,
again, you just got lucky.
No, the problem is making sure he actually bites it first. If Froggy's near and he grabs the bite, I think you gotta hit the control stick down a little bit. That starts the little process to try to reel him in.
So dumb luck is
So
what
you
you're
just got
saying.
lucky.
Well, I know there's gotta be videos or something on how people have done it.
Get
Yeah.
good, sons.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Pretty
like,
much.
if I remember
Well-
correctly, yeah, it's like I remember correctly. I got through the first stage, no problem, and then it was the ice stage where I'm just like, I can't get it. I can't do this, man.
Yeah, that one I had problems with
Aaron
too.
has lost the fishing pole.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anyway, so I gotta say this though, excluding 06 because I don't remember it all. I don't think there's a single
06.
Sonic. We're not gonna talk about
Yeah.
that. But like, I only brought it up because it's reference.
Right.
Anyways, excluding Sonic 06, I don't think there's a single Sonic game out there that doesn't have a killer soundtrack.
I mean, yeah, even Sonic and the
Not
Secret
too
Rings had a
many.
banger soundtrack.
Yeah.
Sonic Hero.
No!
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Even that had some decent song. Decent
Yeah.
sound.
Well, I haven't played every Sonic the Hedgehog game yet, so I really can't say.
Like, no,
Hey,
yeah, we
one
can
has a
give
bad
it.
one.
Sonic's
I
had
played a
some
lot
good
of
music
classic
to it.
ones. Yeah, I probably played, I'd say, at least 75% of them.
Like, Well,
Heck,
the
even
gameplay has always been questionable.
even the Game Gear games, since I haven't played all of them, I can't vouch that, but I know
I've
the
tested all
Game Gear
12
vein,
of them. I've
it's
never
even got some
played
good
all
soundtrack.
the way through all of them, though.
Yeah, now you brought up the Game Gear. It was like essentially the first fucking game, like the best version of the Game Boy
It was
could
a
be.
color Game Boy that used freaking 6 batteries. It was insane.
It
Unless
was
you had, like,
awesome.
Or unless you do what I do, just use the AC adapter.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how I did it. Too,
No,
when I was a
like
kid, but-
honestly, when you look at it, didn't Nintendo just copy the Game Gear with the Switch?
I mean, kind
No,
of.
The Game Gear was obviously just basically a stronger version of the Game Boy.
But didn't the Switch essentially copy the design of the Game Gear?
No, not
I
really.
mean,
It was
not
it was
really.
like a
I mean,
it was
I
a
mean,
handheld, home console.
I mean, if you squint and tilt your head sideways,
Yeah.
maybe.
And then maybe drink like a few beers, which you can't drink because you're Muslim. But no, I would definitely.
There are
disagree with that.
there are other ways for him to
That's true. There's
just he eats like a third of a brick of his special chocolate. He's good to go.
you
I
go.
mean, I don't need to get high to see fucking that a Game Gear and a Switch are essentially the same thing. The only difference the Switch was
They
like
were
I
both bulky. That's about it.
Nah,
and
that-
even the Switch was
no,
a lot.
I'm sorry. What do you mean about what are you talking about the Atari Lynx for?
Hey.
You want to talk about a bulky handheld?
I'm talking about a handheld that's essentially a PSP, but then cut down and lost some weight.
Did you even own a Game Gear?
Yeah, back when I was a little kid.
Okay. Well,
Wait, unless I'm
Game Gear
getting mixed with the names. We are talking about the handheld that were the handles were on the side and the big fucking monitor was in the middle, right?
Yes.
The monitor was pretty small for the game.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't even
The
handle
one I
it.
had, the one I had was,
Was
pretty.
that maybe like the Lynx or something like that?
I mean, it was
Maybe
it
you're just remembering it as bigger because back then you were smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I was definitely smaller.
It-
You are
it
correct.
was definitely
I was
brick
small.
size.
I mean, it
I was
definitely it was definitely a fairly good size thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'd known we were going to talk about the Game Gear, I would have probably brought mine.
You should have, you
Yeah, you
motherfucker.
should've.
Well, considering the fact that it was mostly on Sonic and Castlevania today, I just figured
Yeah.
just bring this.
Yeah.
I mean, Sega Game Gear, you could play Sonic.
Maybe next
Well,
time.
but Castlevania was good
Uh,
stuff.
Yeah,
But
we're still
no.
learning as we go.
But I'm just saying, like, the Game Gear and the Switch have quite a few similarities. I'm like, I wonder if, since Sega is essentially owned by Nintendo at this point, fucking, did they just decide, hey, we'll make the Switch look like the Game Gear?
Wait, what do you mean Sega's owned by Nintendo?
Like,
You didn't know that?
Oh, totally.
Like, almost all games come out for Sega are on Nintendo
Yeah.
mainly.
Well, there's
Like,
no,
yeah, there's-
there's no Yakuza games on Nintendo.
I said mainly.
With the exception of the
yes,
Yakuza.
and that's a yet, by the way. There's no Yakuza games on Nintendo yet.
Well, I guess there were the ports of 1 and 2 on the Switch, or on the Wii U, I think, in Japan, but
yeah.
we never got them.
Well, I think, and part of it's because of the fact that Sega downsized from being a full company to now they're just a publisher.
Well, yeah, publisher / developer.
They don't
Yeah.
they don't make their own hardware
Right,
anymore.
right.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. And honestly, they had great hardware back in the
They
day.
did.
They had some interesting ones. Like the Dreamcast was very far ahead of its time.
Oh,
at the same
yeah.
And
time,
the
like-
problem was it was too ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was definitely some very innovative.
I think
things.
the only game I can actually remember playing on the Dreamcast, because almost no one that I knew owned one.
Yeah.
My friend Steve from way back in the day, none of you guys know him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had a Dreamcast, and the only game I can remember playing on it was the original Shenmue.
Oh yeah, I
Shenmue!
actually have Shenmue out there.
I
in my
still have
game
yet
room.
to this day play Shenmue.
They're
It's
making
actually
an
pretty good.
anime of it, just as a side note.
And-
Yeah, I did see that announcement.
Yeah.
Shenmue was one of the early games that,
Shenmue 2 was
Like,
the best
people
of the three
think-
for sure.
like, it was
Easily
quick
the
time
best of
events
the
to
three.
game for most of it.
Shenmue 3, it's like, I backed the Kickstarter, and I don't think it was as bad as people said it was. Obviously, it's not as good as the first two, but I was disappointed that they didn't try to wrap up the whole story, because I don't know if Shenmue 4 is coming out.
It probably at
They
this point.
probably will have to at this
I
point.
mean, the
I
fact-
hope they do, but...
The fact that it was a Kickstarter program, I'm honestly just impressed that it even got made.
yeah, to the
Because
degree it
I
got
have
made,
seen
yeah.
stuff get fully funded on Kickstarter and then
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Kickstarter's very hit or miss. I'd say about 90% of the things I backed on Kickstarter I've been happy with. 10% either didn't come out, hasn't come out yet, or I've not been happy with it.
Because I
Like
remember
Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, amazing successor to like Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I did back that as well.
Yeah, I was very happy with that. I think that that was about as good as I could have expected for a Kickstarter to turn out for a sequel to a beloved game.
Right.
Now, like Mighty Number 9, on the other hand,
That
Which
was-
I did back that, of course.
I didn't back that, thank God. That was a little before I started getting into Kickstarter, but
with all
that
this,
was a disaster.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Yes, mistakes
Anime
were made.
fan on prom night. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I
Chris.
saw the commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But since we're talking about Sonic, did you see the Twitter account had said like, "Don't worry, Mighty Number 9 fans. When prom night comes around, we'll be with you." And you see in the background, the explosions are pizzas behind Sonic.
No, I did not see that.
I will show you that. It is pretty funny, and you are raising your hand, son.
yes, okay, so when you were saying, thank God it didn't back up Mighty Number 9, I think you should go with, thank God I didn't back it up, no offense, Chris. But, you know, like, just saying, because this guy fucking loves the game to death, even though I'm just like, it's okay. But it's just like,
Which
It could have been
Mighty Number 9.
What, you like Mighty Number 9?
I don't.
It
hate-
was good.
It was good. It's
I
got
like-
good moments, but when I say it's awesome game, not exactly.
It was very average to below average.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It had potential, but
I am
it
actually
failed.
content with my Kickstarter exclusive.
Okay.
I was whether they're probably going to hold up as rare items or not, I don't care.
I think I got it actually through a Humble Bundle specifically later on, so I didn't directly pay for it.
Yeah.
I think I paid for like something else in the bundle. That's why I got it, but
Yep.
it's included.
But if we're
I
gonna
tried a little bit of it. I'm just like, Mighty Number 9, whatever.
Plus, I'm actually glad I got physical stuff. As someone who's actually met some of the voice actors for that thing, and who I've actually met, Yuri Lowenthal, who voices Beck,
Oh yeah.
Matt Mercer, who is Mighty Number
Matt Mercer.
or one
Matt Mercer,
on the Pyro one. I forgot his name.
I just watched the
And
video of him
Steve
playing Monopoly.
Bloom, who voiced it.
Did you see today's
Yes,
episode over
the
that?
sniper one.
Yep.
And thank
Now,
you.
honestly,
Part 2.
honestly, if I had to pick my favorite thing in Mighty
So
Number
part 3 came
9,
out today.
it's since
You're
it's
gonna
made by
love
the same
it.
guys made Mega Man and everything. My favorite thing in Mighty Number 9.
Safely bad.
Excuse you.
No.
Excuse
Never.
you.
No.
No.
Excuse you.
No.
We'll probably cut this part out anyway because it is so far off. From
No,
me.
we will keep this part because it's funny. Excuse you.
No.
Excuse you.
No.
No.
Excuse you.
Did
No.
I fart?
Excuse me.
Did I fart?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. You lying sack of crap. You know I
Duck
didn't.
season, wabbit season, duck season, duck
Wabbit
season,
season.
wabbit season,
Duck
duck season, fire! Boom.
Yes.
This is a wombat. It has nothing to do with this conversation, just like everything else we've been discussing for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, anyways, back to Mighty Number 9, though. In my opinion, while a weaker game, my favorite thing from it, which is a nice thing they took from the other Mega Man games, is I love how when you defeat certain bosses, it affects other stages, much like the other Mega Man games. But how also that robot you defeated then is like, oh, hey, I'll participate in this stage for a second to show you me fucking it up to make it easier for you.
And that's the instant.
Yeah.
In fact, that's how you know who's going to be weak against what.
Yeah, and honestly, I really
I
appreciate
mean, if we're,
that.
and if we're gonna talk about overpowered Mega Man anything, Metal Blade,
Mm-hmm.
that killed everything.
But
I will see your metal blade and raise you a storm tornado from Mega Man X. The storm tornado just levels everything in its path.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love to talk more about Mega Man, that's going to be
We're
saved
gonna
for
have to-
another
That'll have to be
Yeah,
another
that'll
day.
be its own
That's
episode.
gonna be
Yeah.
another day.
Now, I need to ask everyone really quick, if you had to pick your favorite game on the Dreamcast, what would it be?
Okay, that's not fair. I just told you I only ever played one game on the Dreamcast.
Then that's just going to have to be your favorite for now.
By default, your favorite.
I didn't even know what
wait.
I was doing.
Hold on. Actually,
I
no.
was literally just
You
running
were- you
around
were
the
look-
town in the
You
intro
were looking
stage.
for sailors. That's all you need to know.
Actually, hold on a minute. You did say you played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 originally?
No, just the first one, but it was the director's cut on the GameCube.
based-
We'll say that one. We'll just say Sonic Adventure 1 for the Dreamcast for you. Since it did originally come out on the Dreamcast
Yep.
to begin
Okay.
with.
I liked Skies of Arcadia a whole lot. Did you play that?
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Oh my God,
Very
right?
underrated.
I have
Yeah.
two
I wish
that
they
I
would make a
liked.
sequel to that.
I mean, Soul Calibur,
And
the
then
first one was a good one.
Wait, let me guess. Power Stone.
Damn
Power
fucking
Stone.
right,
Yeah.
son. Power Stone was amazing.
And for you, our bald friend,
I'm going to go with House of the Dead 2 with this one.
that's a good one.
I mean,
Considering the fact when I heard that was going to be a launch on the Dreamcast, I went ballistic.
yep.
now
for
as
it.
fun as House of the Dead would be on console, I mean, playing it in the arcade is a much better
Yeah,
experience.
I have the Wii version of it with 2 and 3, which it's not as good as
You
the
know, as-
arcade, but it was kind of cool
I
because the
mean-
light gun
Yep.
definitely simulated it pretty well.
Yeah,
Now,
with
fucking-
extremely bad acting.
Now, my favorite,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
my
it's great.
my favorite game on the Dreamcast, which actually got much better on the original Xbox, Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah. Well,
Jet Set.
it was Jet Set Radio on the
Yeah.
Dreamcast, and they made Future, which is like
Oh
a
yeah, no.
sequel.
But like
spin-off
I
type deal.
did play it originally
Great
on
soundtrack.
the Dreamcast, and yeah,
Talk about great soundtracks.
fire
Oh, yeah.
soundtrack right there.
Understand
Understand the concept of love.
True love is too tame for him. Or
And I'm
something
gonna
like
stop you off right there.
And done.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stop you off right there. You could just stop with concept of love and just left it there.
It's like you get 10 seconds maximum before the lawyers come after you.
Yep.
And that can happen too, by
I
the
think it
way.
was 30 seconds, but and that's if you're playing the clip.
That
though.
they keep
Yeah.
changing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah, honestly, at
you
this
can
point.
literally play a half of a second of an actual licensed song, and that's more than enough for them to be like, copyright.
I don't know if it's that extreme.
It's happened.
It has
It's
happened.
I
Didn't
believe
John
it.
Tron talk about it once?
I don't remember.
Yeah, like someone played in a former video, Hakuna Matata, and they only played like the half of a second, and that was enough for Disney to copyright
Well,
strike
it's
it.
Disney.
Also-
What did you
yeah, I was gonna say
expect?
it's Disney.
I mean, yeah. What do you expect from the rat? I mean, mouse. I mean,
Between the mouse and the plumber, I don't know who's a bigger copyright.
the mouse.
To this day, I swear to God,
I don't know.
To this day, I swear to God that Nintendo is actually secretly Disney video game division, and they just won't admit it. They just made a whole cover company altogether.
I mean,
It's not the craziest conspiracy theory I've heard about Disney.
Nintendo's just like Japanese Disney in a lot of ways.
for crying out loud, there was an entire ROM set going on for years, and then the plumber just was like, "Nope, we're shutting it down."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Though, of course, if I tell someone this, they'll be like, "Oh, well,
And you
Kingdom
know-
Hearts wasn't on Nintendo for like the longest time." I'm like, the second
second
game
game,
was on the Game Boy. You
Exactly.
dumb fuck.
Yeah,
coded.
everyone forgets that Chain of Memories was a GBA game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
they-
At
Originally,
first, yes.
originally.
for
Originally,
crying out loud.
and the second game too.
yeah.
Nintendo strikes down a fan site for ROMs, yet leaves just threatens Soldier Boy when he did it to them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Nintendo, keep it consistent.
Yeah.
For like the people who actually love your shit, leave them alone for the most part. Soldier Boy didn't give a shit.
Ah man. Anyways,
Wait, does anyone even? I don't. Is Soldier Boy even still relevant?
Yes.
No, not
For
really.
for stupid shit he does,
The
yes.
stupid crap.
For
maybe,
music, no.
but-
Mm.
Yep. Anyways, God, I remember when JonTron bought the Soldier Boy.
He still has not got it.
Yep. Or his money back.
Yes. He
The-
never actually got it.
Though maybe I should go through his Twitter and see if he actually did get a refund or not, because he never videoed about it or not. So
He made a
Right.
video about the console, but no. As far as my knowledge, he never actually got the dang thing.
Yep. Man, I remember the advertising for that console. It plays PlayStation 4 games, plays Xbox S games, it plays fucking everything your mama could ever think of. And it's just like,
Dang,
God,
Soulja Boy is the
God
best system
damn it.
ever.
it wasn't called the Soldier Boy. It should have been, but it wasn't even called that. It was
It was
called.
a Soldier game or something.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
The
know.
Soldier Man.
that. Which all it was.
That's actually a good one. You know what? You can take $1 back.
Yeah.
You can take something. Which no,
The
all
Soldier
it
box.
was is just all it was like some cheap knockoff console from China that he just
Yeah.
slapped his name
Yeah,
on.
that's all it
Soldier
was.
64.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, dude! Can we talk about how the Nintendo 64 is the most indestructible console to this day?
Most Nintendo console, old
It's-
school
It was
Nintendo.
about Sonic
it's-
the Hedgehog in Castlevania.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
well,
You're right.
so, okay, so
We'll
Cyber-
save that talk for
yeah,
next time.
and 64 will have to be another day. That'll be another episode. That's in the pipeline.
Yeah, but for now, yes. So we talked enough about Sonic. Let's go on to Castlevania.
Actually, not enough. I do have a couple more things about the mobile port I have not mentioned.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You
We were
mentioned
in the
that
middle
real
of
quick.
Yeah, really quick.
Now, one thing to comment, and because of the Chaos Emerald,
Uh-huh.
was now, as everyone knows that Sonic 1 originally only has 6 Chaos Emeralds, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
What if I told you that the Android and iOS version secretly actually has a 7th one hidden within it?
Do tell.
Oh,
Go on.
They added the 7th one in, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's how you have to do it. The game initially gives you like 4 save states, but in order to access the 7th one, you got to go through the game on a no save state thing. And you have to access the 7th emerald via cheat first.
Okay.
Okay.
What you do is you type on the SEGA on the screen, you hear the chime, then when the title screen comes up, hold down the screen with both your thumbs until you're taken to the level select.
Okay.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
they really revamped it to make it look like a Sonic 2 level select.
Okay.
That's where you can change who you want to be, and you can select if you want to keep it at 6 emeralds or 7.
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Ah, haha,
You
sneaky.
kind of had to go to the debug menu to do it.
Oh yeah, that's the only way you can activate this one.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fun facts.
Fun facts.
Exactly. Here's another
Fun,
thing.
fun facts with Chris.
Yeah.
And-
What happens if you get all 7 then?
I'm getting there. I'm getting
Okay.
there. And I did stream all this, by the way, on Twitch as well.
Oh, a little
Excellent.
plug
Okay.
there.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. Well,
Shameless.
yes, I should
I
probably,
believe that's like our third shameless plug this episode.
I should probably mention my Twitch handle right there is twitch.tv/chaosgamer13 is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now lost my track right there. So anyway, after you get the 7th Chaos Emerald, you can, in fact, become Super Sonic, thankfully. And they do have the same exact sprite animation they use for our Sonic 2.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, when we played Sonic 3 and Sonic 1, you all know how I said that the special stage for the Chaos Emerald 3 was my least favorite?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that the one where you had to get the
This one's
chase the
even
UFOs?
Though, with the Chaos Emerald, you are in the center room.
Yeah.
That's gone!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This 7th Emerald takes the cake.
Oh,
For how
boy.
difficult it is.
How bad is it?
Dude,
All right.
go on.
For where you start, you have to get from where you're at to the other side of the room,
Oh, geez.
then enter the middle room where it's actually at.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, well, it gets worse too. The goalposts on this one, ooh, shit. This one's a heart wrencher on itself. Not only are there some goalposts on your way there, which are protected by some of those safety crystals that are usually around the emerald,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
but it's usually, you hit one of those safety crystals once, it's gone.
Oh really? Oh jeez.
Yeah. And even if you get in the room, it's more heart-wrenching there. I'd say, and maybe check it. If you guys got some time, go check them out on my stream after this, so you can see what I had to go through. But thankfully, if I had not watched a video on how this was done, I would have lost the first time around.
Okay.
But yes, that's how you can get the all 7 emeralds. But you can't even access the 7th emerald room until you have all 6 to begin with. Because I did fail on the 3rd one on my first try, and I thought I was going to go to the 7th emerald after I got the 6th one, but nope, I had to went back to the 3rd one, and it's like, okay. So it's like, if you want to prove your worth to that 7, you got to get all 6 first.
I mean, that kind of
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
That tracks.
All right.
And although I didn't become Super Sonic until after exactly the Labyrinth Zone, kind of sucks that I wasn't able to play him for that much. Thankfully, however, there is a small little cheat you can input. If you don't want to go through the hassle of getting the emeralds, input the cheat with the music code. You'll have all the emeralds right there and then, just for fun.
All right.
Okay.
Neat.
More fun facts.
As far as I know, it only works with Sonic. I don't know if it works with Tails or Knuckles. I did not devote the time to do that just yet.
Could you imagine what a Super Tails would look like?
Oh,
That actually did happen in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, believe it or not.
Okay, no, you
And
see, wait, if I may, you asking what Super Tails would look like is the same question people have had for years about what Raditz would look like as Super Saiyan 3.
I mean, that's fair.
And they actually did confirm what Raditz would look like in Super Saiyan 3, by the way,
They
as
did?
well as Nappa.
Wait, Nappa?
As
Nappa has a Super Saiyan 3.
He just
Is
get
he
he,
even
mustache
more
get-
bold?
no, he gets a full beard.
No, he actually grows hair on his
Wow.
head.
Nappa can have hair?
Oh no!
No, I've actually seen someone on DeviantArt actually did really cool renders of Raditz in Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and Blue.
Huh.
Super Saiyan Blue Raditz actually looks pretty dope.
Yeah, no. Fun fact: this is Super Saiyan 3 Nappa.
I knew it. He gets
Wow.
a goatee.
Wow.
I called that.
Yeah.
I called that. I called
A
that.
golden goatee, for that matter.
Oh, I would love that.
But it looks awesome.
And Super Saiyan 3 Raditz, I swear to God, is one of the greatest dumb things you could ever have.
I assume you're pulling it up right now.
Yes, I am. Where are you? Okay, fan art, but that is Super Saiyan 3 Raditz.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
tracks.
Yep.
That tracks.
His hair just gets slightly longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sounds about
makes
right.
sense.
No, because
Sounds
like
about right.
in one of the Dragon Ball games, I forget which one, which is where you get to see
Tenkaichi,
Super
probably.
Saiyan. It's probably one of the Tenkaichis. Either way, every Saiyan has a Super Saiyan 3. Even original Prince Vegeta has a Super Saiyan 3.
So-
Trunks has Super Saiyan 3. Gohan has Super Saiyan 3.
Broly had Super Saiyan 3.
Yep.
Wow.
So check this out. This is the render that I was showing. This is what someone thought Super Saiyan Blue Raditz would look like.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sounds
Let me
good.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like the fact that they include that he keeps his tail and his tail changes colors too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that,
Gone off
actually.
topic again.
We may have gone off topic, but it's related because remember, Sonic did start copying Dragon Ball later.
That's
And the
right, that's how they got
again,
a
these
Super
these
Sonic to begin
uncut,
with.
Unedited copies will be available to our Patreon
Someday.
supporters someday.
We will sell this on the internet for money.
The monies.
But
You-
yeah,
but
so we'll need
actually-
to have some natural transitions
But-
later on, which
but-
I'll work on.
But if I may,
Yeah, I mean,
if
you
I
can always
may,
just throw in commercial bumpers.
yeah,
but if I may, Ross, what is the greatest thing in the world?
Peanut butter and jelly.
The greatest joy in life.
Money.
There you go. Money.
Money.
I mean, I was gonna say blackjack and hookers, but whatever.
Yeah, but in order to get the black chicken hookers, money.
and we're back.
Continuing the trend from Sonic the Hedgehog, one thing I don't think I remember asking from Sonic 1, what's everyone's favorite level in that game?
Besides Green Hill Zone,
In general.
You can't go wrong with good Green Hill Zone, but my
Actually,
favorite.
even better, you can also mention your favorite music track as well, if you have a number one or top three.
Honestly, I gotta go with the last level. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
oh, the
I
Egg
agree.
Fortress,
Yeah,
Final Zone.
Yeah.
Final Zone,
Final Zone's music's pretty.
Labyrinth.
kick-ass. Yeah.
Labyrinth has some good tracks.
Yeah.
And remember, I didn't play the first couple of games, so I don't
We'll forgive
really,
you this
I don't really
Yeah.
have an
You
answer.
were
We
here when
will-
we played it.
One day we
I
will
was,
get you
I
there.
was here when you played it, but I've never actually played it
Oh
myself.
no,
Yeah.
you saw
But
it
I
all
mean-
and played from start to finish.
I did, yes.
But I mean, all the good ones, you can never beat that banger that is Green Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man,
It's a banger.
now out of all the boss fights, given they're all Eggman, but still out of all the boss fights, which is your favorite?
I kind of like the one where you're getting launched. Which one was that again? Or like you have to. Or am I mixing this up with another one? I might
You're
be-
probably
Already
mixing
mixing
up
it
with
up.
another one.
Describe it fully. I've played most of the games. I can help you there.
I
You know
got.
what? It's actually one of the water levels, and I think it's in Sonic 3 where where you have to jump on the bombs and he launches you up with the water bombs.
Yeah, that is Hydro City Eggman fight.
That one was weird, but I kind of liked it because like it was very like platform based compared to the other levels.
There was the one where you literally had to play a round of Dr. Robotnik's Mean
Yeah,
Bean
that was-
Machine.
Yeah.
That was in
From Sonic Mania
but that
2,
was
yeah.
amazing, yeah.
Yeah, no,
that would be my all-time favorite.
Speaking of
Well,
knockoffs,
if we-
offshoot Sonic games, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Oh yeah.
No, I
It's
got.
basically just Puyo Puyo
It's
Tetris.
Puyo Puyo.
My favorite fight in the game has to go when it's like, guess where Robotnik's gonna pop out? Pop the Robotnik.
Whack a Robotnik.
Yeah.
If I had to say my favorite Dr. Robotnik fight from Sonic the Hedgehog 1, it's a type maybe between Green Hill Zone where he first appears, because that's too
The
iconic.
wrecking ball.
Yeah,
with
the big
the
old
wrecking
wrecking
ball.
ball.
Yes. And I kind of love it and hate it kind of at the same time because it's not a fight. Right? The Labyrinth Zone, where you're just trying to make sure you don't die in the
It's
water.
just a race.
Yeah.
Well.
And kind of a fun fact, mobile version, there's even an achievement and for trying to not get hit by any of the projectiles
Oh,
of
really?
that little... Oh,
wow.
shoot, yeah.
Interesting.
I kind of thought maybe one of them would be like, don't take a bath in the water again.
Yeah, I remember in Resident Evil 4, there's an achievement in the newer versions for not getting hit by the lake monster, and it's called "Don't Rock the Boat" because you're in a boat.
Don't rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Love that song.
Yes,
It's all right.
you're
Anyway.
all right, Kelly. You're all right.
No, he's awesome. Fuck you.
This is true. He is.
He's not all right. He's awesome. Fuck you.
And
He's awesome, and that's all right. Anyway, moving on.
I think I've said all my piece with Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
I
How
think-
about you guys?
I'm good. Let's move on.
Unless
Yeah.
anyone's got another comment, I don't know.
I'm ready
Nah,
for a
I'm-
monster
I'm-
mash.
As
I'm
far
good.
as far as Sonic the Hedgehog 1 goes, I just my closing comment is I think it was a good starting game for the series. It definitely led the way into 2 and onward. Later games definitely improved in a lot of aspects, especially like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic CD.
I love how a lot of games took inspiration from it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the early 90s that a lot of the
Yeah,
times
like-
tried to copy off of that stuff.
Exactly. Like and even
90s
modern
mascot
games.
platformers.
Yeah, even like modern games like Freedom Planet. I don't know if you guys have heard or played that one.
I have
That's-
heard of
yeah.
it.
Never heard.
It's pretty good. I played a little. It definitely takes a lot of inspiration from Sonic.
Oh, it's total
And
Sonic.
again, there's plenty of other games
Yep.
out there besides
Yeah.
that. So that's my take on it. Ross, any last words
I've
on
said
Sonic?
I've said my pieces.
Yep. I'm ready for the monster mash.
Monster
Do the
Mash,
Monster Mash.
Castlevania.
Let's
Yeah.
kill some vampires,
Okay.
folks.
Again, another quick confession. I never actually played Castlevania.
What?
And I quit this podcast.
Are you any Castlevania game or
Nope.
Never. At
No.
all?
Whoa.
Wow.
It-
I've mostly played the 2D ones, not a lot of the 3D
Well,
ones, except for
You
Lord
know
of
of
Shadow.
Castlevania.
I know of Castlevania. I remember watching Ego Raptor do Castlevania 2 for sequelitis. I've never actually played any of the Castlevania games.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
forget
you'll
the-
be kind of the newbie or like non-experienced user perspective on this episode. then.
Or don't forget the nerd retrospective of Castlevania.
The nerd retrospective.
The four.
How can we
the four
forget the
episodes.
very first episode? First,
Simon's Quest.
Simon's Quest. Yep.
this game sucks.
Yeah.
Castlevania 1 and 3 are great games, but Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, that's, oof.
I mean,
He
yeah,
was
and-
definitely like a little drunk when he filmed that.
A
And-
little.
Well,
That was 2004,
let's
by
not
the way.
forget, he didn't even.
He
How
didn't
can we
even
have predicted
be
even
serious.
everyone would? That would be a cult following.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now they just had the 200th episode recently.
Oh, I saw
Every
that.
freaking LJN game.
And he
Everyone.
didn't already cover.
yeah.
Well, and he even included the ones he covered in that
Yes.
episode too. So yeah, literally goes over every licensed LJN game, which
But-
is crazy.
The other thing I know about Castlevania is probably the most iconic line in the entire series.
Let me guess.
What is a man?
But a miserable
pile
pile
of
of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Yeah, that is the extent of my knowledge
I
of
mean,
Castlevania.
Castlevania is how we got the term. Is part of the reason we have the term Metroidvania.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
mainly
it's ever since Symphony of the Night
Symphony of the
happened.
Night specifically, the masterpiece, the classic that everyone
Which,
loves.
But
in order to truly beat that game, he had to go through it twice.
Well,
but-
once and then upside down.
Yeah, he still. I mean, he's gone
Yeah,
through it twice.
it was an official mirror mode, basically.
Yes.
But at the same time, though, we can't deny that Castlevania and Metroid, which made the genre and stuff, wasn't the biggest inspiration for so many games
Oh,
onward.
Jesus. Yeah, look at games
Like,
like,
you want to
Hollow
talk-
Knight now. They would not exist without those games.
Shovel Knight.
Yep.
Shovel Knight,
Well,
good game.
Shovel Knight's more like a straight up like platformer.
Yeah.
Hollow
Yeah.
Knight was definitely Metroidvania style.
Oh, yeah. no.
Metroidvania, Dark Soulsy.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I got Hollow Knight for free on PlayStation Plus, I was like, "Fuck, man! I always want to try this
It's a
game,"
good game.
and I never
Oh.
touched it.
Axiom. Axiom Verge is another
Hollow
type of.
Knight and Shovel Knight were both good games.
No, I will try Hollow Knight one of these days. Don't get me wrong. but it's just
Um,
like I have so much on my list.
There's a lot of
Hey,
games
I'm with
like
you
that.
there, dude. I eventually want to touch Hollow
Another
Knight
type
myself.
of game like that
Ever
is
since-
Axiom Verge.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, wait, we keep talking over each other. What the fuck did you say, Ross?
Axiom Verge.
What about it?
It's another type of Metroidvania game.
I'll allow it.
And as I was saying, I've been
More
wanting to touch Hollow
Metroid-inspired
Knight
than Castlevania.
ever since the completionist review.
But
Oh, the completion review was great.
Yes.
so yeah, Castlevania, while fun, good spooky, hard as shit.
Yeah, especially the early games, the platformer ones.
Oh man.
Just because, yes, because the jumping, especially in I think it was either 2 or 3, the jumping was off.
Actually,
especially
1,
hard.
2, and 3 got the bad jumping mechanic. Because you
Well,
jump
at least-
one direction, you're not going backwards.
You're committed, yes. It's
Well,
like
yeah.
a marriage, kind of.
It
honestly,
also had the good old Nintendo kickback hits from damage.
honestly, if you took the first couple of Castlevania games and you remade them today, kept the gameplay like essentially the same, but you updated the graphics and the hitboxes to be similar to Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I would.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, that's like a completely different genre. Though.
I'm talking about the animation, motherfucker, not
Okay.
the gameplay.
Okay.
I believe it's pronounced Dragon Ball Fighters, actually.
Fighters,
Yeah.
I'm
Whatever.
Fighter Z, however you want
Yeah,
to say
it
it.
doesn't really. Tomatoes,
Yeah.
tomatoes.
That is a tomato, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm just saying the way that game is animated, especially for its fighting, if you could put that into the gameplay for the OG Castlevania and just update to be like that, oh my god, that'd be one of the greatest games of all fucking
Yeah,
I
time.
would just want it to look like Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night had the cool walk cycle with Alucard. You know what I'm talking about. Chris.
Yeah.
Dashing.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, that's like one of the most iconic walk cycles
and,
in the game.
like you could still do that. I'm just saying update to be like that same kind of animation, not the same art
know,
style.
They did make a game on the PlayStation 1 called Castlevania Chronicles, which is based off of a Japanese port of a remake of the original Castlevania. If your head's not already exploded now, it's definitely a more... It's a 32-bit version of Castlevania on the NES.
Well, my brain's not blown up, so
So I must have explained it properly.
And
Chronicles, I actually did play a little bit because it was actually free for me on PlayStation
Yep,
Plus.
exactly, yep.
we're
I
not
have it on
talking
my,
about, but as far as good Castlevania games with good controls, Super Castlevania 4.
So,
for the SNES.
yeah, I like the controls, but my god, like the sub weapons are like dumb in Super 4. Like literally, the whip is so overpowered. I don't feel like there's any use to use any of the sub weapons in Castlevania 4.
Now the boomerang,
there's
the
gonna be
boomerang
some-
cross.
Yeah, the boomerang cross could be a little helpful, but like the axe, like literally, you could just like, you could do a diagonal in that one, which like would
No,
reach
axes are gonna-
anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like the arc, yeah, but not just so much because you can whip in every direction. Well, in the first 3, you can only whip straight forward.
That's right.
Honestly, I would have, if I were the developers, I would have developed that whole game just around the whip personally. But I do like how versatile the whip is in 4.
But like 4 is where you got really good control when you're with your platforming.
So
I
can,
think
In
the
4,
best
you had a lot of
compromise was
platforming to do.
The best compromise was Rondo of Blood, where the controls were a little bit more fluid, and you had a little bit more
Which
movement.
is essentially the prequel to Symphony.
It is. It really is. It was classic style, but with some modern sensibilities.
But I'm sorry, but the fighting Dracula and Rondo was oof.
The what? Fighting Dracula?
Because we literally had Dracula as a devil in a Speedo.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding, that was what it looked like.
He's not wrong.
And basically you fought him while you had to jump on platforms.
Wasn't that only an X? It's been so long since I played Rondo, but I remember Dracula X on the Super Nintendo, which is like a gimped version of Rondo.
Yes.
You did have to jump between it.
Yeah, you had to jump. Well, it was like fighting Dracula on platforms, and it had the knockback.
Yeah, I just remember, like, I never beat X on the Super Nintendo because of that, but Rondo, I did beat years ago on the PSP. It's been so long, I can't remember how that fight was.
I forget. It's been so long. Which Castlevania was it where Dracula just turned into the room? It was like the dumbest fucking one.
I don't know.
Because of that.
Only
Like-
one I didn't play.
So
Just
just
like
as
one of the ones I never played.
It's
Unfortunately.
one.
like
It's
a PS2 game?
yeah. It's like one of the old ones. It's one of the
Since
old ones.
unfortunately for me, I
Like-
was kind of late to Castlevania.
It's like just his face becomes the room, you know, and so you're just like, you know, you're just hitting whatever.
Well, I know the
because-
first one you had regular Dracula, you knock its head off, and then
Yeah.
it becomes a giant monster. The
And
cookie,
that was the one that was
the
in the new Super Smash Bros.
the Cookie
as well.
Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 was, well, that wasn't Dracula.
Yeah, you just bring his body parts back and then kill
And
him.
and if you had like the fire thing, you could just throw the fire on him and he's dead.
Yep. No, but I'm saying like in the boss fight, like at one point for the stage of the boss fight, he just becomes the room
I mean, it
until you
sounds
beat him
like-
enough, and then he turns into a big monster like normal.
I mean, it sounds like it possibly could have been Symphony, but I could be wrong.
No,
Nah,
Symphony,
it was-
you fight a big old guy at the very end.
And
Yeah, like-
So,
I'm gonna
so
have to
just
look it
just
up.
as a quick sidebar, can someone explain to me why the Belmonts use a whip as their primary weapon? That's not the first thing that comes to my mind for a vampire hunter.
So-
Is the whip braided with silver? Is it blessed by a priest? How is this an effective weapon against a vampire?
They usually have silver in them or are made of silver.
honestly,
yes.
I don't recall the exact lore. I do know that one of the PS2 games, what is it, Laminin of Innocence, is chronologically takes place before any of the other ones. It's like takes place in 1100 AD. Most of the other ones are like 14, 15, 1600. Basically, the whole scope of Castlevania is anywhere from 1100 AD to about a little after, I think it's like 2040 is when Dawn of Sorrow comes out, takes place around. So you have literally over 1,000 years worth of Castlevania games.
I mean, you had one of them where Dracula shows up in Japan.
That's
Aria of Sorrow.
That's Aria and
Right,
Dawn
but
of Sorrow.
that doesn't answer my
But even
question
then,
about the
you're
whip.
not in Japan. It takes place in Dracula's castle in like during the solar eclipse in the Aria. But that's a whole other story.
Right, but that doesn't really answer my question
doesn't.
about the
It
whip.
really doesn't. It's just a side
They
note.
it never got explained.
I don't know if it was explained.
It's like the stakes, okay, makes sense. Holy water makes sense. The cross makes sense. Why a whip?
Honestly, I
So-
don't know the answer offhand, but
Good
I bet it was explained at some point in time.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna look up why the whip, but I feel like the reason why was because it's a very versatile weapon.
Yeah.
You can throw it whichever which way, and it's hard to lose.
Yeah.
You know. Again, that's just a theory, but let me look it up for us.
While you're doing, and that since you mentioned Rondo of Blood for a minute, just a little quick trivia. Who knows the official or complete Japanese name for that?
Thank you, Angry Video Gamer. I do know this. Devil's Castle X Rondo of Blood.
You forgot to add Castle Dracula X. Rondo.
Yeah.
Devil's Castle
close.
Dracula X Rondo of Blood.
I give you props for that one, Ross.
James Rolfe taught me that
Congratulations.
because it was covered in one of his Castlevania episodes.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure everyone was brought to speed with that one.
Yes.
Is it just-
Rondo, I think
just
it's one of the
just
best
rolls right off the
classics
tongue.
when it comes to the platformers. And then, ironically enough, Symphony is probably the best of the actual Metroidvania games.
Okay, okay. So I looked it up.
And you can get both those in one package.
Dracula
on the,
X, yep.
Well, I was going to say on the PlayStation 4. So.
Yep. So
Funny you mentioned that one. Real quick, I plug whatever. Hopefully, if this comes out before our pre-orders are done, you can Castlevania Requiem, and which you mentioned,
Yep.
and Limited Run Games is doing a physical pre-order of this game, which you can get right now.
Is it still open at this very moment?
It should be open at this very moment until sometime in February. So
Okay.
hopefully, if this episode comes out before then, go to Limited Run Games right now. Oh, maybe grab a pre-order of Castlevania Requiem if you want a physical copy of this game.
Yes.
All
They
right.
have
Otherwise, I think
standard.
it is a $20 download.
Yeah.
Shameless plug number
They
4.
have a basic. I forget what other edition.
They had
And
like
two
3
other
separate
cut.
editions. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was like
There's
$175
nothing wrong with promoting
version, I think.
things.
Which that one is actually the one I ordered.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Although I gotta be honest, a lot of stuff I really can't justify the price for, but maybe not this very
That
moment.
box is pretty
But
sexy.
probably after pre-orders end and it comes
And
out,
as far as
I
Castlevania
foresee
games
that
as a whole,
edition
a lot of people
skyrocketing in price.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
people
gonna be
tend to
awful.
prefer the 2D ones than most of the 3D ones.
The 3D ones were usually pretty poor,
Wait,
honestly.
now honestly, Lords
No,
of Shadow.
Lords of
is-
Shadow-
Well,
was damn good.
compared to like Symphony, it's crap compared to Symphony.
Oh
It's
no,
okay.
no,
No, no, no.
fuck that. No,
No.
Lords of Shadow is on
Damn.
par with Symphony.
I would agree to this.
Like, yeah, no, like
I would highly disagree.
you can
I've
disagree
heard-
you can disagree all you want, but facts are facts. Lords of Shadow
played both
is an
Lords of
amazing
Shadow.
game. While it like gameplay is completely different, so it's no longer a 2D game. So there's
Right.
that.
It is a hack and slasher.
Yeah, it's a hack and slasher.
Well, what is your take, Chris? Do you think?
Well, I've only played a bit of the Lords of Shadow demo,
Yeah.
so I can't really say much. But I have heard that Lords of Shadow 1 is definitely better than 2.
Ooh,
That's
yeah,
what
no,
I've
I'll
heard
agree.
that much. I haven't played 2 yet.
I'll agree with that because 2, while it's better and worse at the same time, because for some reason, because like Castlevania's popularity was dying down before Lords of Shadow, and then Lords of Shadow just no one gave it a chance, but just enough for it to get a sequel, as well as also a mid-cool prequel. I don't know what the fuck you mean.
The DLC bits?
The
Well, that was the 3DS version.
the 3DS, yeah. So because
Mercury Steam made that one.
either way, like for some reason, like they were like, oh well, no one gave a shit about Lord of Shadow, so I guess we're gonna go shit with Lord of Shadow 2 since we all have the budget and we already got the contract and all of that. But then out of nowhere, after Lord of Shadow, it was just like Castlevania's awesome again, and then we got the Netflix show.
Which was damn. Oh,
I didn't care for the first season of the Castlevania show, but then
it
like,
did get better.
It got a lot better,
I only saw
especially.
the first season. I thought it was pretty good.
I
Dude.
just think at first I didn't care for
Just
it.
wait
but
till the very end, man.
It gets better.
If you just watch the
Oh,
last 2
just-
seasons, that's all you really need.
Just the animation is.
I left somewhere in the middle of the second season. I think I'm gonna go back to the beginning and
Yeah,
rewatch it
that's
all.
Do
fine.
that.
They're quick to binge. They're really
Yeah,
quick to
it's
binge.
really good.
Anyways, so here's why it's a whip. Well, I mean, not why they chose a whip,
Yeah.
but like
For
so
more reasons.
in the original games, it's the vampire killer. Like
Yep.
that's the name of the whip.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
It's always been called that.
Yeah, and the legendary whip wielded by the Belmont clan. The whip is possessed by magical properties,
Yeah.
so it's a magical whip,
Yeah, right.
which allows it to destroy evil. So
Okay.
it's vague. It's like, oh, so it's just because
It's-
magic.
It's magic. You don't gotta explain crap.
It's
Yeah.
still something.
Okay.
And then in some of the other games, it was the whip of alchemy. So then there was lots of science
Okay.
and magic involved.
Yeah.
Then the hunter whip, and then chain whip, flame whip, jet black whip, leather whip, morning star, nebula, thorn whip, undead killer, combat cross. Yeah,
Combat
just
Cross.
more whips.
Yeah.
Combat Cross was Lord of Shadow,
Yeah, it really was.
which you could upgrade.
And the last one is shadow whip.
Okay.
So basically, the whip is magic.
The whip is magic.
The whip
Okay.
is magic.
Wow.
Well, that,
Magic and or science.
okay, well, that at least is an explanation.
Yep. Because in the show for Castlevania, our main Belmont, he just has like a normal whip, but obviously there's some magic properties and alchemy in there.
Right.
And then he finds the better whip, which is all silver.
The chain one.
The chain one.
The
That's
Morning
all-
Star, I believe he said it was.
Yep.
Yes.
And because of the magic and alchemic properties to it, it can catch fire. And if a vampire touches it, they blow up.
Yep.
Ho, ho, ho!
Yeah.
So basically, he can Ghost Rider them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the boom boom whip.
Nice.
No, like if the normal whip is like a fucking 45 pistol or whatever,
Yeah,
something like
it's
that,
a freaking shotgun.
it's a fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
It's the boom
Okay,
boom whip.
now that actually makes sense on why in Castlevania 2 your Morning Star gets a flame attribute. That makes a lot more
yeah.
sense to me now.
yeah,
Yeah.
in retrospect, that does.
Yeah. Plus, also again, it's made out of pure silver and shit, and most monster movie kills are made by silver.
Yeah.
Look at the Wolfman. Look at some Dracula.
That's true.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that involved.
Yeah.
I mean, in Simon's Quest, you couldn't really get his parts unless you threw an oak stick in an orb.
Which, how the heck is anyone supposed to know that at first, honestly?
No.
You're not.
That's
That's
why
why
you
they
get-
had
that's-
Nintendo Power, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But there's also Simon's Quest. Forget the name of it, but some guy revamped the Simon Quest 2.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yes.
The Metroid Quest Studios. I have actually played that fan game.
Yes, it's basically they took Simon Quest 2 as it is. All they did was basically they took out they made whenever you talk to townspeople, they're more direct,
Okay.
and the text moves faster.
So it's basically Castlevania 2 non-bullshit edition.
Yes.
A perfect 16-bit version.
Okay. That's
Because-
pretty cool.
Think of it as if it was made for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. With more modern sensibilities for the time.
Yes.
Yes, but it's still on an S cartridge.
Sure. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because like it still looks like Simon Quest. It still looks like they didn't change any of that. All the person did was, because it still has the whole day and night cycle stop with the boxes, but it moves faster.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a good ROM hack that only moderately changes the game, just
Pretty much.
as like an improvement, basically.
And also, take away that fact that Dracula freezes every time you hit him. It's a full-on Dracula fight this time.
Okay.
Yep.
The way it's
so
meant
you
to be.
What's it called? Anyways, but really quick, back to Lords of Shadow though. I love that game with a passion because the story is very great. The voice acting is phenomenal. Seriously, there's like 3 amazing voice actors, but the best one of all, Sir Patrick
Stewart.
Thank you.
he was in there?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
he
did hear
played
he was
Death.
part of this.
And I brain farted.
Patrick-
I brain farted as I was saying Patrick Stewart. I was like,
Patrick
wait,
Stewart was the voice of Death.
not in Lords of Shadow.
So, well, he's called Sobek, but you find out he's Death.
Yeah. Well, no, in Lords of Shadow, he was a werewolf.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the werewolf boss.
I thought it was vampire. No,
Spoilers, by the way.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll
No,
probably forget about it anyway.
Oh, you will. I know you. You will forget about it. But no, the only thing I hate about Lords of Shadow, the first one, the only thing I hate about it, the ending is blocked by a paywall.
Of
Yeah,
course it
you have
is.
to get the DLC to get
Yeah.
the process.
DLC.
Like Ashura's Wrath, the only way to get the real ending is to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I bought the game. Why can't I end it without paying
I have
more?
the Ultimate Edition on Steam. It probably comes with that, I would assume.
Oh yeah, no. Like when I bought the collector's, I was like, thank God I bought the collector's edition, not like the collector's, like the bundle,
The special edition.
the
The one
collector
that comes
bundle.
with everything.
Yeah, no, like because it was like, oh, it comes with the one on the DS and the DLC. I was like, thank God I got that, and I got it for like $2 on Amazon.
Really?
And it was also
Wow.
it was brand spanking new. And this was when PS4 was out, by the way.
Yeah, so
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
You got it on the dirt cheap, and I'm betting that edition probably goes for a hefty penny now.
Yeah. it's
Nope. Nope. The collector's edition goes for a penny.
Oh,
The bundle does not.
Okay.
Nah,
But
fucking.
you can get it on Steam for like dirt cheap too.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Actually, I think I got it from a Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Again,
Probably.
there's another shameless plug. Humble Bundle get you all the cheap games for cheap prices.
That is now shameless plug
That's
number
not shameless.
5.
Yeah.
The fact that you're counting.
Yeah.
I've been keeping track this entire time.
Yeah, no, like in total, I spent on Amazon $15 because I bought the fucking Lords of Shadow bundle, Lords of Shadow 2, because I was like, why not? If I'm gonna like the first one, I'm gonna like the second one. It's this fucking cheap.
Okay.
And Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all 3 of them brand new in plastic, and this was like already when PS4 was out for like 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. So it was
Yeah.
at the point where like the games aren't rising in value, but like they're trying to get rid of them.
Rising.
Didn't even mean to do that, honestly.
No, I'm not gonna.
Unintentional plug.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jar you for that one.
No, that one was okay.
That one was.
That one passes.
Well,
No,
good.
but no, it was just like perfect timing. Again, still brand new in the plastic. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you can't even make this shit up.
Yeah.
Oh. And if we're gonna talk about, then there's got Castlevania gives a Castlevania Judgment for the Wii.
I heard that
never
one was
played
pretty
Judgment,
good.
But the guy who did the art for Death Note did it, which kind of always intrigued me.
Because it wasn't an actual like story-based game; it was a fighter.
Yeah, no,
It was weird.
It really was a fighter, but no, like that's what I like about Lord of Shadow is that it's all story, and I love it
With good puzzling.
Oh, great puzzling, and one ode to Shadow of the Colossus.
I was about to say
3 of
there's
them,
definitely
actually.
some.
I remember only
Colossus.
one,
There's
but they
3.
could. But no, also dumb part though in the DLC for Lords of Shadow. Last thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
For about 20 minutes of it, it's straight up a if they see you, you die moment. So yeah, it's one
Or
of the,
selfish.
and I hate it. But also, like,
The buzzsaw wall.
but honestly though, if you ever were like play Lords of Shadow, you didn't download the DLC, and then you go straight for Lord of Shadow 2, it's not going to make sense.
Really? So you kind of have to.
You have to.
Ugh.
Because with what happens in the DLC, I'm not saying for spoilers in
Yeah.
case there's anyone who actually decides to go back for it. For what happens in the DLC is what leads up to Lord of Shadow 2, and they do
Okay.
not backtrack for why either.
Okay. So it's either you play the DLC and understand, or you go into 2 and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Fair enough. Thanks
That's
for that
a little
warning.
annoying.
You're welcome.
I feel like game companies back then liked to put DLC or like endings behind DLC. Like you said, Asura's Wrath definitely was one as well.
Like, if there was a secret ending behind DLC, okay, I can get behind that. But the real ending
when
for
you
the
bill
game,
it as the
Yeah.
true ending.
but
Yeah.
when it's the actual true ending, like the sequel that comes needs this, no, that's no.
Side note: I'm surprised they never re-released Asura's Wrath because the game was actually pretty cool.
It was great.
Yeah.
I would love. I
Yeah,
would pay
deal-
for a Source of Rat.
Yeah,
Well, then
same.
again, I mean,
Modern version with the actual DLC ending obviously included.
I-
All in one, $30 or something.
I looked
That would
on
be cool.
I looked on our one Japanese PSN account not long ago. I think it's actually available for PS4 in Japan. I think. But that also means it's gonna be in Japanese, probably without the English, so we won't be able to understand shit.
I mean, there's always
that
subtitles.
is, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
problem. Oh well, it would be nice if that game did come to modern on hardware
Yep.
or some. Right, I don't care if it's remade or whatnot with all the DLC. That'd be nice.
I would prefer with the DLC, so I won't have to pay extra for a fucking ending.
Right.
Yep. But it makes me glad that the whole PlayStation Store for PS3 and the PlayStation Vita did not
Yep.
close down.
That-
Otherwise, I'd be shit out of luck for getting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I remember back then, me and you, we did play Ashura's Wrath together because we talked about it with Sam for a while.
We did, yep.
Would you not agree that Ashura's Wrath is a playable movie?
It's a playable anime. Is probably
this-
even
yeah.
better description.
It's
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
basically quick time events of the game.
Yeah, because like we all agree, Metal Gear Solid 4 is a playable movie.
Yeah.
At
For
large,
any
yeah.
Metal Gear
Yes.
Solid. What are you
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Actually,
So Metal Gear Solid 4 is like the first two acts, and like a large part of Act
Yeah.
4 are game, and then Act 3 and 5 are like a movie.
Yeah, but like the reason I bring that up is because it's like I get in an argument with a friend all the time. He's like, "It's not a movie; it's a full game." I'm so is Metal Gear Solid 4, but that's a fucking movie. No matter how you fucking cut it.
I mean, it's
well, there's
Kojima.
those.
Well, there's
there's
more cutscenes in
well-
4 than there are gameplay.
Yes.
moments.
yes,
So-
there is.
Yeah,
I have
well,
to agree with
yeah,
that.
but the cutscenes in Ashura's Wrath are longer than the game itself.
Exactly. So I would say it's a movie based.
'Cause,
Like
like-
with the Asura's Wrath, you're actually doing something in them.
No,
You can't even put down the controller for shit. I remember that demo.
yeah, no,
Right.
because like all the cutscenes are all QuickTime events.
Yeah.
You have no real free time.
Yeah.
But no, it's like what I mean is because every single level is just straight up a boss fight with
Yeah.
maybe a 2 minute you get to run through and kill a few minor monks here and there,
Yeah.
and then straight boss fight and
I do
cutscenes.
wish there was more like levels and like longer beat
Oh
up
yeah,
sections.
no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like if they made a director's cut with more playable sections,
Yep.
all one game, I would spend like $50 on it because it was such a cool game.
I feel the reason why is probably because with how hyper the gameplay is, if they did do longer levels and stuff, it would be kind of boring because it'd be
Yeah.
like, come on, he's able to punch through a guy the size of the moon.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
It's
I would
like,
say they
he
could
gets
have just
the-
made like a movie out of Asura's Wrath, and that would have been.
I'd
fun, too.
pay
I'd
to
be fine
watch
with
that.
that.
I'd be-
Yeah.
It's just like
I'd watch
he
it.
gets angry. Oh, he grows 3 more arms.
the more arms, the stronger he gets.
Right.
And then more shouting.
That's Dragon Ball logic for everything right there. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, I remember back in the day, power levels meant something in Dragon Ball, and then it's just whoever has the longer
Sucks.
constipation scream is the winner.
Yeah.
The classic logic.
Anyway, so
Hey,
but-
and one of my favorite boss fights from Asura's Wrath was the big fat guy.
is it because you want to cosplay the big fat guy?
I mean,
I
why
just
not? I get to
remember-
become the
just
side.
remember, like you move the stick over to do a bro fist at one point, and I was like, "This is amazing." A quick time event for a bro fist.
And it
Yeah.
also had it had a pervy achievement in there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, was
The
that
Valley of the Mist.
The bath.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you look at the chicks long enough, you gotta. Yep.
And that can actually escalate the fight too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, I did that. The moment I got that achievement, I looked forward and it started the fight.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like a pervy achievements in games, like
Well, specifically Japanese games.
yeah, well, yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember Lollipop Chainsaw had one.
It's Suda 51.
Near
what do you expect?
Automata.
Your
Yeah,
Automata.
has
And
one.
we already mentioned Metal Gear Solid. There's a couple in there too.
That
Yep.
does, yep.
Dishonored had one. Well, not with once a achievement, but you got a secret game over screen if you did it in Dishonored.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
'cause-
Western though.
Let's see. Oh, didn't Far Cry have one?
no.
Like, didn't Far Cry have one that was like one of the wrong endings?
Not for a pervy one, no.
Okay, because I remember there was like one ending for Far Cry. I think it was Far Cry 3, which is your favorite, where if you have sex with the woman, she kills you.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is technically the bad ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving back to Castlevania
Really quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bad ending, but so right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
That's okay. I was just saying, yeah, for Castlevania, for my last thoughts here, one, Castlevania is a great series.
Oh, yeah.
It's obviously inspired some of the greatest franchises of all time.
Oh yeah.
Symphony of the Night's one of my all-time favorites.
With
obviously.
the killers, with like, and then it's got some of the greatest soundtracks, at least between Symphony of the Night and the themes for 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So all in all, is it my favorite series of all time? No, but does it have a couple of my favorite games of all time? Yes.
It's definitely in my top 15.
Yeah, I'll go with that for sure.
Castlevania 1 definitely hard game, especially some of them boss fights.
Yeah.
Like
Hardest one I'd still have to say, Death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which death?
number 1.
Castlevania 1 Death for now
Yeah.
because I haven't touched a lot of them.
Oh, right.
Because he floats around. It's a pain in the ass to
all,
get to
all
him
the,
normal.
all the freaking like
So-
sites and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I played it the other day,
Uh-huh.
I'm still baffled by how I was able to beat Death
it was
at that
pretty
moment
impressive.
when my original strat backfired on me.
Yeah, you still managed to get through them though.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get good or you lose.
Right.
Especially when you have to deal with that, dealing with the damn Medusa heads.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Medusa heads. But I gotta say this. Kelly hasn't said shit in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I've never played Castlevania.
I mean, you can still throw in your 2 cents somewhere or a question.
I feel like my viewpoint would be woefully misinformed.
We'll take it. We can help you.
I mean,
Or if you got a question.
it was nice. Well, I mean, I did have the questions. It was nice to learn that. Okay, the whip is magic. All right, that tracks.
It's silly, but
It's silly, but it's a video game, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Watch the anime on Netflix and then tell me it's silly afterwards. Just saying.
Yeah.
Ross, after watching the anime, is it silly?
no.
There we go. Chris, from what you have seen, was it silly?
Silly hell no.
Okay.
No, it's not silly.
Exactly. So yeah, no. Watch
Like they made
and
it
then
make
tell-
sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just play Symphony of the Night, dude. Like literally, that's one of my favorite games. I love Symphony of the Night.
You don't even need to play Rondo of Blood to understand that one.
No,
at least.
Symphony like recaps in the first couple minutes. Okay, stuff happened before that. You play like the very ending of Rondo of Blood at the beginning of Symphony of the Night, and then you just play Symphony of the Night, and it's
Yep.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It is very much classic.
Oh yeah. Plus
Has one
also
of the best songs of besides
Yeah.
Vampire Killer.
and some of the best art.
Oh yeah, the art in like that they did,
Mwah.
beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Yes, absolutely.
Bellissimo.
Yes.
Yes.
So Kelly, what are your thoughts on Castlevania?
He needs to play it more.
I guess I need to play some Castlevania games.
You
now.
do.
clearly
You
do.
do.
If I have anything I can loan you, I'll definitely loan it to you.
Okay.
Ross, any last thoughts?
Bloody Tears, great.
Yes.
I'm kind of thinking here. I doubt we'll ever cover this Castlevania game, but has anyone even played the game that was digital on PS3 or Xbox 360, Harmony of Despair?
I know that one.
I refuse to talk about that one.
I guess you got bad times with it, don't you?
Let's just say it was the only thing that made my console crash.
Wow.
Oof.
Don't even know why, it just did.
And
They
other
just
I was
lesser
don't
about
known.
to ask
DLC
what the heck
for it.
happened.
There's
I mean-
way too much DLC for Harmony of
Despair.
Despair. Yeah, I was drawing a blank on the subtitle. I mean, the game itself was good, but I'd just rather
And then if
play
we're gonna
one of
talk
the
about
DS
other,
ones
like-
at that rate.
Very frustrating cast.
I kind of wish they'd bring that game back a little bit, but add a lot more to it.
Yeah, if they revamped it, it would be cool.
Wait, really quick, Ross was saying something right before you cut him off. What?
Oh, we never talked about Castlevania 64.
Yeah.
If we ever touch that one, we will.
No, I wouldn't
I
mind.
remember playing it at a cousin's house.
Maybe an April Fool's episode. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways, but no, like honestly, the reason I don't know why it made my system crash, but just like every single time I tried playing it, it'd be like the one game. Because usually I'm lucky when people are like, "Oh, this game makes my console crash all the fucking
Yeah,
time."
same.
I'll get lucky and be like, "I never have that deal at all." And
I've had
stuff.
that-
But this was that one game that's like specifically me. I'm like, I feel like this game is targeting me for some reason. So
Hate you.
yeah, so
You got
I
that
just,
one fuck copy.
I probably played for like 5 minutes before the crash after crash after crash after crash after
He got
crash
the
after
Benz
crash
down
after
version.
crash. That was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna bother with it. I'm gonna play anything else, and which nothing ever crashed it ever again. But like,
Wow.
yeah. So yeah.
Probably was just like a defective copy.
It was a
Oh.
digital copy.
Yeah, that game is digital only. and never received a
I
physical.
guess it
is
just
what
didn't
the-
like your system, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
You
That's a possibility.
You got the cursed copy.
It's probably because I had the holy water next to it too.
That'll do it.
Yep, that'll do. Ah.
Oh my goodness! But then again, there was also an evil creature in my house. I'm not gonna say any names. You know who I'm talking
I
about.
know exactly
But
what
like,
you're talking
no,
about.
so that could also be why bad juju, man, bad fucking juju.
Oof. Yeah, when that creature shows up, everything
Fair
goes
enough.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some final words before we end this episode, guys?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Let's.
Next time we talk about racing.
We
That's
got
what we were playing before we started today
Yes,
too.
we're
race,
playing some Ridge
racing
Racer.
and maybe some swords. That I might have a game for us for
Yeah,
next
racing,
time.
racing. That'll be something that I actually know what I'm talking
Wow.
about.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That might be that might be the episode where I shut the fuck up for a half hour.
Or maybe I'll be the one who's silent.
Well, maybe we'll both be silent, but I'll ask questions here and there.
I
Being
mean,
like,
honestly, probably going forward, we should do episodes where we all have a little bit of knowledge, at least some overlap.
I mean-
even if not every person knows about something.
I mean, we can always say in the chat, but actually, we'll talk about it after the video. Anyways, thank you all for coming to this week and everything. We'll see you in 2 weeks. How's that sound?
Sounds about
Sounds
right.
good to me.
And that was. Oh, Callie, finish your words.
I was gonna say same gamer time, same gamer channel.
On the next episode of
Old ass games in the basement.
With Uncle Frank.
God damn it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful night.